Hey, Corey.
Yo, Dreamy.
Hello.
Hello there, bro.
Ethel says,
Actually, it's all
okay,
Go.
Is Athel
Yeah,
still
go.
awake?
yeah. He says it's sorted tomorrow. A film fest of American Pie movies and Police Academy.
Oh, Police Academy, yeah. No, that was...
Don't
funny
hurt
movie.
yourself falling off the couch when you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep your leg away from the table.
See if you can see
Okay,
Terry's tank figures.
This what? Is tape?
Tank figures.
Tank finger.
Tasmanian accent
In
again.
the Blue Oyster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be in the Blue Oyster. He'll be there.
I figure I'd flip the big TV on and put one of my anime DVDs on.
Uh-oh.
Anime. Akira.
Mm-hmm.
I can never get into those. I tried. I have multiple different ones. I don't know.
Womb.
Ones I usually like Bleach and Dragon Ball. There's a couple other ones that I found recently that's really good. I've got one set called Black Cat that's really good.
I did sit through the new Cyberpunk one. It was on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. I forgot what it's called though.
Yeah, I did watch that one because I was gonna run a Cyberpunk TTRPG. I needed to learn about the genre, so I watched that.
And I've got the Cowboy Bebop series. That's a good one.
No, I like the old manga, not the new.
And Trigun, I got the complete series of that.
AD Police. Now there's one to watch.
AD&D Police.
AD Police.
Never heard of it.
ADHD Police.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, Ghost in the Shell standalone complex too.
Okay. I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah. You gotta mess with you,
Right
Sprite.
in your lap again. He's trying to get a ride.
What? You got to mess with me?
I've actually got
Yeah.
I've got it turned down where you guys can't hear it because I don't want to risk getting you guys in trouble. So
Yeah.
Shit.
I hope so.
I know a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves. I know a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves.
And in
You
case
gotta
you're
sing a song
wondering,
that never
Rodney,
ends.
that's the song that gets on your nerves and never ends.
No, that's a sprue that gets on your nerves.
Not Sprue.
No,
Never.
never heard of it. Oh dear. It's just started
All I can say
raining.
to you, Sprue, is remember
snowing
you're
here.
a womble.
Remember you're a wombo.
Wombling free.
The wombos of Wimbledon, common are we.
Did you not get that, Connie, in America?
No.
We could call Connie Madame Cholet. That's something for her to look up now.
Yeah.
Madame Cholet was a wombo,
He was.
and she was the housekeeper cook.
That's Bernard Cribbins, wasn't it, that was in that?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I know the wombles.
You know the Wombles better than I do.
Yeah, can't you remember Madame Cholet?
I do, yeah.
She used to wear her maid's outfit.
I used to like the Wombles, but I think you must be just a few years older than me because I can remember it, but not as well.
How old are you?
51 now.
Oh, yeah, I'm just a few years in front.
It's like I can remember watching Rupert as a kid.
Oh, in them yellow cross-hatch trousers.
Yeah, I had a teddy bear, Rupert.
God. Hated that program.
He used to go on his adventures with the elephant and the badger.
Ripper the bear.
Everybody knows his name.
What was that other one? The one with the marmalade? Paddington.
Oh,
Oh God,
that was
Paddington
pathetic.
Bear.
I never got into that.
Never got into Paddington Bear. No.
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 Then bloody Paul McCartney came along and spoiled Rupert.
Yeah.
Whoom, whoom, whoom. Oh, yeah. I did not look it up over Christmas to watch it again.
Yes, you did. We know you did.
One thing is certain, I'll never give in. The frog song.
Bom, 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 bye, bom, 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 bye.
The Americans there will be going, what the hell are these guys on?
The Frogs Chorus, I remember that.
Was it the owl and the two cats?
Okay, who'd we lose?
No one.
No,
No,
well,
okay. I thought I
Smooth
saw the
marbles.
screen jump.
My
Tales of
camera
the
makes a screen
Riverbank,
jump
yeah, I
sometimes.
remember that.
Oh, okay.
When you used to chug along in that little speedboat thing.
What was that?
Tales of the Riverbank.
Oh, who was that? Who done that? That was basically Winds and the Willers, wasn't it?
No.
Tales of the Riverbank. Is that
No.
what I told you? Moley and Toad.
You're too close to your camera, bud.
Yeah, I was trying to show you there. It's
There you go.
what I like about these cars. They got the little writing there on the trucks. There, as a lot of the other cars don't have, but my camera doesn't like it when I do that. So
Still looks nice.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's still a good looking car.
I still need to find one of the rainbow tank cars from Canadian National so I can do a graffiti car for somebody
You know what? I'm
for,
going to open
for
my
Sparky's
iPad.
channel.
Okay, guys. It's 20 after. I have to gather some gear and head out.
Okay.
All right.
I will try and pick you up on once I get settled.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you in a little bit, Colleen.
All right.
Okay.
See you
What I'll
later,
do is
Peter.
I'll just take myself into the basement and just leave it there,
Okay.
Okay.
and we'll see if I can pop
All right.
back in that way.
Basement. No green room.
No, it's American. we don't have basements
I'm
in
gonna say
Britain. we do.
I've got one of those rainbow cars. Cheyenne picked it out when she was little. It's a Bachman car, but
Ooh.
Yeah. No, it was actually I have something else for Dave on that one. I've actually got one of the I've got the substation that I put
Ben
up.
Rist, have you got the power?
Yeah.
What's Sprue got?
I got nom noms.
speaking of which, it's probably about supper time for me. I think I'll throw in a couple pieces of pizza for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been grazing all day. I'm not really exactly hungry for any kind of dinner.
Postman Pratt, Postman Pratt, Postman Pratt squashed his
Ran
cat.
over his cat. Blood and guts went flying. Poor old Jess was dying.
Yeah, Rodney, Fred Flintstone, definitely. The Flintstones.
Yabba dabba don't.
Yabba dabba don't. Yabba dabba do.
I'm saying nothing or I'll get mad with me.
Shell, would you like a shrimp?
Oh, you got shrimp.
Mm. Oh, they're absolutely
You haven't smashed
delicious.
it, have you? Oh, 2.5.
How many pieces you got?
Eight.
I give you the core as well.
Have you seen Connie's gone, so everybody's out with the food?
Three, 7, 8.
Mm.
There you go.
Okay.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chimney.
No.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
well.
Winds from the east. Something's blowing in. The warped version of that song. Oh, it was great.
Nom nom nom. I just had visions of Carl catching his glass then with his wrist as he turned away to turn back.
Oh.
Are you all right there, Lindsay?
So he's having a kit.
No.
No. He was looking at something on his phone, looks like.
What you buying, Lindsay?
Oh, I'm not buying it. I'm just watching Westwood's stream.
You never did tell me what you purchased.
What? Yesterday?
Mm.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Tell me again.
The Mandalorian Razor Crest.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
That's one I need to look up. I need to find an STL for that. Add it to the collection in the Star Wars corner of the layout.
Over to Penny's for a little while.
Oh, all right then. Bugger off.
All right.
Take your bloody shot with you, Dobby. Bye, Dobby.
Later, Dobby.
Where's Dobby going?
Hey, Terry. Yeah.
Night, Terry. All the best. Happy New Year.
Dobby buggered off.
Well, he's still there.
Go behind.
Oh, wow. I've just noticed Dream Big's put a message in. I'm not a smather. Where's my spanner?
Yeah, we've read that.
Ages ago.
That was like 30 minutes ago, sir.
Right, Michelle, do you want to swap seats and I'll have the main computer rather than this bloody stupid laptop?
It's okay. They already answered it. They said I'm not cool enough to have a
I
spammer.
need some more anthracite to.
I don't know how to make spanners, otherwise I would. I don't know how to do spanners.
They're wrenches.
Yeah.
Only the stream holder can do that.
They have
Well,
to
that's the
trust
thing.
someone.
We're both administrators on the StreamYards.
Yeah, but you
Well,
can't-
I'm in Carl's, so that's probably why.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the first one that popped up on my notifications.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Not yours.
Must be alphabetical.
Dream Big.
Oh, right.
Yeah, up this Corey. Hello, Corey.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
So
was
many
that
extra parts.
Hmm. I'm assuming that was off Dave. Your shrimp is the best. Something's tickled him.
Well, I'm sat in Penny's at the same time here. And Terry's just come in. So I put, hi, Dobby, fancy seeing you in here.
Oh,
At which point everyone's going, "Who's Dobby?"
I can't do that. If I open another page, it comes up. The computer can't handle it.
no.
Are your hamsters a miniature, Carl?
Hey?
Internet hamsters.
Red eye.
Things that make internet work.
The hamster can't work that fast.
Oh no. Yeah, this is my brain. You're all right. I'm so
No,
brain
I
yesterday.
just sussed out what he said, that was all. And my thought was working faster.
Athol's there as well.
Oh my God.
He's gone, hello, Dobby. What are you doing over here?
Sprue, will you give Penny a message for me?
Yes?
Yeah. So Echo, play Old Lang Syne.
No.
Yeah, I've deactivated mine. I actually had I've got an Echo Dot down here, but I ended up turning it off because I had it set for computer at one point and it kept going off and I was like, got tired of it. So I ended up disconnecting it.
Yeah, I consider myself a techie person, but I don't want one of those things.
Well, we had got them for the house because we've got a lot of Hue lighting in that, and we can connect the Hue through Echo and Alexa.
Yeah.
So that way they don't have to have the phone app to actually turn the lights on and off in the rooms. So that's where part of that's why that came around the way it did for us.
Yeah, because I've got a friend that's got one. They're like, turn the lights up, turn the TV on, turn the lights on. Oh, man, go push the freaking button. Volume up, volume down. Like, dude, it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's like our generation to get up and change the channel. You had to get up off the couch and go.
I was the remote. What you talking about?
Yeah, I was the remote. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days too.
Yeah. My other favorite was I remember only being able to walk about 10 feet on the phone because of the cord.
Well, my favorite was when we got one of those really long cords that had a little spinner thing on it. It wouldn't get all tangled. It was great.
Oh yeah.
That was the best.
Yes.
It's
like the retractable leashes.
Yeah. It's like at least
And then we've got a cordless one.
We got a cordless one. Our problem with the cordless ones is we had to go over and push the button on the actual base unit to find the handheld because we kept losing the phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
beeping out in the
damn
yard,
cordless
and your mom's all yelling at you because you took the phone outside.
Yeah, I was like, well, I didn't want you to hear my conversation, so I went outside and I just laid it down on the picnic table outside. You know,
I didn't know it was going to rain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, we couldn't look it up on our phones back then, dang it.
That's okay. Who are we picking on about dial-up?
Me, probably.
Yeah.
No, they were talking about they were in Scotland and it's like their internet was going bad and it was like, oh yeah, that's right, they're still on dial-up.
Yeah, I still fit my computer on coal.
Oh, that's right.
Depends where you live in Scotland, how good your internet is.
I missed the. What's the sound that all Gen Xers will always remember and never forget? The dial-up sound of AOL.
Mm-hmm. You've got mail.
Oh no. No. No.
Not your favorite film?
No. No, that was not my favorite sound.
The screaming dial-up.
Yep.
Oh.
Or going to the library and looking stuff up on the little card index by the Dewey Decimal System.
You tell your kids to do that nowadays, and they look at you as if to say, "What?"
Yeah, I thought it was cool when I got my kids a set of encyclopedias because when we were kids, that was the coolest thing, and we got a set, and then the internet, you know.
Yeah.
And for a change, I'm not being rude to Lindsay, but I bet Lindsay and Sprue will remember using an abacus at school.
I remember my math teacher teaching us how to use an abacus at school.
Yeah. Because when we were kids,
I don't mean to be rude, and I know it's New Year. But
well, calculators weren't invented till the 80s.
Carl. Tell him, Shao. I don't mean to be rude, and I know New Year's coming up. I'd just like to wish you all a very, very happy New Year, and may 2024 be the best for everybody in the chat and in the stream. But I have to go, I'm afraid. So a good night to you all. Take care, and I'll see you next year. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
I will probably catch Sprue first thing in the morning if I manage to get up early enough to if he's doing the live stream tomorrow on Monday like they usually do. Him and JC.
Yeah.
No, Sprue's doing a ship build tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
It's a premiere. I think I might be wrong, but I think he's already recorded it. But he's doing like a chat by the side when he's playing it.
Right. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, doing a live premiere.
Yeah.
That way he can recover from his hangover.
Yeah.
I've been cheating. I've been using lives all the time. I haven't made an actual video in a long time.
That's all I've been doing this past year was all live stream. I don't think I've put out a single video in almost a year.
Yeah, I'm at a couple of months. Well, I was doing tutorials and stuff, but by the time I film it and edit it and do all that stuff, I mean, I get one video out every couple of weeks between work and doing builds and.
Yeah, well, that was my problem. Is I get in the shed and I'm just not in the mood to turn on the cameras half the time.
Yeah. Or I'll get busy building something and forget to film it.
Yeah.
Get excited about a build.
Or forget to turn the volume on.
Yeah. Or I forget to open my shutter. That happens too.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, thankfully, I haven't done that on any of my two cameras. Haven't done that yet. Oh.
Snowy, is it all right if I let my dog through?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, he might make a bit of noise at the beginning, but he should settle down. I've got three of them with me now, but he's whinging.
Oh, that's fine. Not going to bother me any.
Okay. Harvey, don't start. The others are coming through. Don't panic. Here we go. Oh.
Had to get their piece in.
Yep.
There we go.
There you go.
Woof, woof. Woof.
Tag your dog on.
Dog.
Ooh, somebody's angry. Meow.
Yeah, I was just about to do that. Confuse the hell out of the dog. Sit here and start meowing like a cat.
They're looking for it.
Yeah. It's like meow, meow, meow. Poor dogs running around going, I hear him. Where is he?
Fred. Frederick, come here.
Your dog has a person name?
Freddy.
Oh, I still like my son's service dog's name is Belva, which is Belgian for beautiful. The breeder's daughter actually saw it when he was born, and she's like, "Oh, I have the perfect name for her. We'll call her Belva." Not realizing it was beautiful. It was actually beautiful in Belgian. The dad started laughing and was like, "Yep, that'll fit." Of course, my nickname for her is Malin Gator because she likes to chew on everything and anything.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the fireworks.
Oh, they started.
Yeah, they started here now. And these are the personal versions. These are the ones that people are firing, but I did see the professional ones earlier from Rock Hill, which is about 25 minutes south of me. The one spot they fire the fireworks off from, I could see at the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting out back, so I was out with Belva and actually was watching the fireworks going off. Oh, really? It's not going to work that way? Really? You're not going to let me do it that way? All right, I got to cut parts out. Where are my nippers?
Right, enough. Wrap it up. You creep, you. Here's a souk. Okay, you get off that. It's mine, not yours. You don't think babies.
I had an old dog years ago. We called her Snow because she was white, solid white and everything. And when my niece got old enough where she would come down like 3 or 4 years old, maybe as early as 2 years old, she'd come down there and he'd look up at me and say, "I want to go in the backyard and pet the snow."
We had a little issue during COVID. This Muppet, I don't know if you can see him.
Yeah.
This is Dad. He was 10 months old when he got with our bitch, Honey. And he had puppies because the vet said it wasn't important having him done.
Not an emergency.
Yeah, but by the time Cheyenne, my niece, was born, Snow wasn't a young dog. He was already starting to get up there when she was born.
The mother there.
One that I'm fussing.
The one Michelle's fussing. Honey. That's Mummy. The old cow.
Yes, she is now. Oh.
Yes, we have 7 pups.
Wow.
Pretty. Yes, we've got Ozzy and Freddie. You can guess why.
Yeah.
They're good singers.
We did have Ziggy.
We didn't have Ziggy. It was one of the pups. And he's still called Ziggy. He hasn't got anything. No.
Instead of my shields, look. The gold have two coats, but everything else has one. Lindsay's back. Sprue's gone.
Yep. Yeah, Sprue went to I think he went to go sleep.
Well, we're going to see the new year in with his other half.
Yeah, that's true.
What about New Year? I'm normally in bed at this time on New Year.
At 6 o'clock?
Usually can't be bothered with
Well, 6 o'clock U.S. time.
I know.
He's over in England.
I know.
Wait, never mind England.
Scotland.
It's Britain.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. You better watch that one.
I'm
Yeah,
north.
no.
We're north of the wall.
At least you're not a crow, right?
Oh, come on. Really? Shite.
There you go.
Right, I think I'm going to go too, guys.
All right. Have a
Yeah.
good night. Have a good
Yeah.
New Year.
Yeah,
Good
and you guys. Bye-bye. Bye. I can't.
All right, Lindsay.
No, Lindsay.
Happy
Night,
New Year,
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye. I'll be one chat.
Not Lindsay.
You playing tomorrow? Well, you know, I think I'm going to do the same thing.
He's winding down, isn't
All right, guys.
So I shall wish you all a happy New Year. And
Yep, you
shall
too.
see you- and catch you
Definitely.
later.
Yep.
Have a good night.
All right. See you later, Scotty. He's in spray booth. Otherwise known as the toilet.
Side of the road.
Yeah, so you were.
He's having a pee in sink.
Is it not where we're supposed to do that?
Michelle, what's he after there?
Oh, That was Harvey's. Was he just nicked a piece? Shit.
Why would I go to the sink when I've got the door right behind me here?
Why do you
that
want to be
works
on the
too.
door?
There's 2 pieces of chocolate on there. They're both Harvey's. Harvey.
Damn it.
Right, I'll catch you all later then.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
All right, mate. Have a good one.
And you.
Yeah.
So throw out a comedy for me. Or for us.
Yep, we'll do. I love kit bashing.
I hate parking lot stripes. It's like I keep redoing these. I'm using masking tape. I'm just like I can't find a pattern that I like that gets a maximum amount of parking in these things.
Oh, there isn't one. Trust me. After doing some of the train parking lots for trains, it's like, oh yeah, I need like 15 parking spots. So it's like, yeah, no, I always end up with the wrong amount, or I have it too big or too small for before I got the scale ruler, where I could actually go in and set the scales where I needed it.
I go, hey, does this car fit? Yep, that's the scale.
Well, yeah, I was doing that too on a lot of it, and then I was like, I was thinking, oh yeah, this will fit for the car, and then I go to put the car in there, and it's like 2 parking spots wide.
Yeah. My thing is, I guess I'm just like, and once I get over here on the side, let me guys see what I'm doing. Nope, I'm off camera. Move it. There we go. Yeah, see, because like over here on the side of the building, there's like once you get the car there, they can't back up. So now I got these stupid lines for no reason. I'm gonna have to figure something else out because that's not gonna work. Like these ones are fine. I mean, they can do their thing, but of course I'm off camera.
Well, if you end up you can do it where you have your dumpsters over there. Put no parking lines over there.
Yeah, on the side of the building.
Like a dumpster pad. Yeah, on the side of the building.
Could be an entry or an exit point too.
Okay, that way I could use this whole front as parking. The whole front of it. All of this is parking, and then have them enter on the side. That might actually be better because I feel like there's so much wasted space on this thing. I'll take my building off and move it around. But yeah, it's. Can't see my lines. The gray spots where the building will be. And I have all that parking, so. I wonder if lines could be a little shorter too, because the guy wanted parking like right in this area too. But I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
Oh, you wanted 2 rows of parking?
Yeah.
Wow, that's.
Well, because he does he takes Hot Wheels and he breaks them down and then like dolls them up and repaints them and everything. They look amazing, and he wants to kind of show them off like a car lot. But the thing is, I only have. This is the size of parking lot he requested. So I'm trying to optimize his parking space. Where I got this one over here in the corner that you guys can't see because camera. But I've got this spot over here in the corner. It's going to be a grass pad because of the way I currently have it laid. So I'm going to do something different on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the wife's getting hungry. I'm probably going to step away for a minute and make food. I'll probably leave my thing running because I'll be back.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys can think about where I can put my parking lot lines while I'm gone, because that's what my friends do. They help me make lines. Probably not.
I'm afraid I can't help you there.
Going into a really old cartoon movie. Good Nyborg. Oh, crickets on that one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Heavy Metal.
Never heard of it.
Oh, great.
We got plenty of one-liners, though.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of one-liners.
All right, I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, as much fun as we had up here in Springfield, it'll be nice to get back to the house.
Yeah, I know how that is.
I get started cranking up on the locomotive reviews down there when I get down there. Got this Atlas one behind me, the Train's AC 4400 behind me, and then I got two C39-8 sitting down there at the house waiting to be reviewed.
Ah.
So I probably got 2 months worth of reviews to do.
So 3 of them.
Of course, I kind of like a strong finish to my time up here in Springfield, too. Only went out twice this week.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's been like not a good week.
Yeah, let's say that sounds like my week at work. I mean, we're at the end of the job, and I'm just waiting for the next one to start up, and I'm just like, God, can we like find something to do besides sit here and watch YouTube and TikTok? I think Tuesday, Tuesday when I go in, I'll probably take my iPad in with me and watch a movie or something. Just to give me something to do. Or actually, no, I will have something to do. The tile guys should have gotten their tile in, so I'll have some GFI receptacles to put back in the walls. I hope. Of course, hopefully this time I don't shock myself because the circuits were on. That was a hair-raising experience, to say the least. Considering I checked 4 of the 5 outlets, and all of them were off except for one. It was the only one I didn't bother checking before diving into it. Oh, come on, really? Are you that far off? No. Wow. Okay.
Somebody outside thinks they got a fast ride.
Sitting there revving the motor.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's rattling their chain.
Let's take a peek out there, see if I can see if he's fixing a drag race or what, but sure not. So
Ah. Hey, John Alec.
I gotta stop eating these things. I got a bag of these peppermint Hershey's Kisses from Christmas, and I'm sitting there eating them.
Ah.
I don't need to be eating them, but I'm addicted to eating these things.
Yeah, it's like I've still got a bag of these. Oh,
Oh yeah, those are good too.
Yeah. Put it over behind me where I can't see it, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
sit there and eat them constantly.
That's the trouble though, being here in the hotel room. I'm staring at them things all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Randall, I have to admit, it was good seeing Hot Rod Rodney stop by. I hadn't
Yeah.
seen him in ages. I'd seen a video here not too long ago from him, and I was like, oh, he is still around. Okay.
Yeah.
I just hadn't seen anything out of his channel. I know he wasn't doing his Thursday night streams anymore. I didn't know what was going on with him.
Yeah. I kind of thought about streaming today, and I was like, yeah, I didn't really feel like it. I don't know. I might try something tomorrow. I may think about it. I figure I might do something. Cheyenne, one of her friends, probably have to come on and heckle us for a while.
Yeah.
Tell me to stop dying. Tell me in the chat to stop dying and all that stuff. So
Yeah, depending on how things are going tomorrow, I might pull up a little bit and see if my son wants to jump on with me doing some painting.
yeah, there you go.
Of course, either that or I might just stream playing Dart for the Games Workshop Dark Tide.
Oh yeah.
He's been wanting to play that for a couple days, and he'll bring it up to me, and then I'll be like, all right, well, call me when you're ready to play. Heading down to the shed to do stuff, and I'll sit down here all night and not hear, never calls me. Go up to the house, and I was like, I thought you were going to call me. I thought we were playing Dark Tide today. He goes, oh, I forgot. Okay. Oh, that's right. I got to clip this one out so I can get it to fit in there.
Yeah, I know when Cheyenne and her friends jumps into the chat, I don't really never know which one of it is because they have like four. They have multiple YouTube accounts. Hey, Connie.
Hello, Dragon.
Can
Hey,
you hear
Connie.
But,
Yeah.
Yep. But
Yeah, we can hear
anyway,
you.
just finish what I was saying was that Cheyenne and her friends will jump in the chat, and I'll never know which one of them it is because they have like multiple YouTube accounts.
All right. My one headset's
So-
not working. Hold on.
All right.
So I think I might have finally got it straightened out. I'm a banana tree with her friend Allie. And then they have Red Rat, Teal Rat, and then they have a couple others that they do that he teams up with her friends on. Then they have Cheyenne Caitlin's Adventures and just all that stuff. But yeah, they like to routinely jump into my chats and tell me to stop dying. So
Oh, when you're playing video games?
well, just when I'm in general live streaming.
Oh.
Them kids are a mess.
Oh yeah.
I do watch a couple of NASCAR gaming channels every once in a while. Those are pretty good.
Yeah. I was watching one. I wanted to see about the iRacing game.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of the NASCAR drivers will get on there and race with people and not really say anything at first until somebody calls them out on it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that was a dirty move. And it's like, who do you think's doing it? And they're like, oh my God. And it's like, wait a minute, that's shades of Dale Earnhardt Sr. It's like, who do you think taught me? And it's Dale Jr.
That's funny.
After he spun, he spun somebody out, and it's like, man, that looks like something Dale Sr. would do. And then all of a sudden you hear Junior's voice going, who do you think taught me? And I mean, the chat just goes dead silent as they all realize it's Dale Jr. driving the car.
That's funny. I listened to some of the clips from his podcast, some of the funnier bits.
Oh,
there's some good ones in there.
Oh man, he's had some great ones in there on stuff.
The one where he was reading Denny Hamlin's tweets. It was pretty funny.
I don't remember that one. I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, it's on his on his YouTube channel, but I think it's a short. But yeah, he's well, I don't know if it was tweets or stuff that Denny had said, but yeah, probably the one that was probably the funniest one was how did that go? Something along the lines of when I get on pit road, they're all going to get it. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, listening to the in-car audio sometimes is just absolutely hilarious at the race.
Oh yeah.
I think my favorite was hearing. Oh, I can't remember who one driver was talking to his spotter about not seeing somebody and clipping them, and he's wanting to apologize. He goes, "Hold on a minute," and you hear like a different voice come on, and it's like, "Yeah, you got to, you're fixing to get his car. Hold on." He hands his headset over to the spotter for that one, and they ended up exchanging headsets while they could sit there and talk and apologize to each other over the over the radio.
Let's see. Is this one working now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm running it through my phone instead of my iPad because the iPad didn't want to play with my headset for StreamYard.
Okay.
So. And there's not a delay in it, which is cool.
Oh, that's good.
So you don't have to wait 5 seconds?
No. At least not that I can think of. I'm sorry I missed saying goodnight and Happy New Year to Sprue, Lindsay, Carl, and Michelle.
Yeah.
But I wasn't about to text and drive, particularly in the dark.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, I got my little one. He's tucked in for his breathing treatments, and he normally falls asleep during the middle of them. His aunt just tucked herself into bed, so she's just like, "Thank you for coming in." And I said, "I did it so you can go to bed." I said, "I'll be on stream for a while."
Yeah.
Yeah, Judy just texted me saying supposedly there'll be trash pickup tomorrow. So we'll see how true that holds.
That's different. They don't normally do trash pickups down there where I live on New Year's.
Well, it's not the city, it's actually a independent contractor we've got that comes by and picks up trash. It's actually Waste Management is paid by the city to come pick up trash, but sometimes they do. Like I know Christmas they did, and they picked it up the next day. They picked it up on Tuesday, not Monday.
Yeah.
So I came home from work and trash was still full in the trash can, and I was like, okay, I'll just leave it up here and I'll pull tonight's trash out and put it in there.
Hi, John Alec. I see him in chat.
Yeah. All right. That's that building. None of these buildings are actually to the where they're supposed to be. These are all custom buildings now I'm getting into because I'm run out of parts in a roundabout way. Oh. I think some of this stuff will just go in a box, and when I get more terrain pieces, I will add those to it.
Yes, Carl, it's about time you guys caught up with the times.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Carl.
Wait a minute, Scott, you're actually awake. I thought you were asleep. I hadn't heard you in so long.
Oh, I've been busy off camera painting and stuff.
I was saying, I think somebody said, I remember, because I was listening to you guys on the way in. You were shouting across the room. You were, what, in a spray booth or something?
Well, at that stage, I was trying to make a coffee. But, yeah, I've been in and out spraying and painting stuff.
Well, we do appreciated everybody who was in both chat and on panel with us. It was a lot of fun.
Uh-oh. Where'd that fall off from?
I said, I don't know if we've had 9 on panel for quite a, before. I know we've had 8. Oh, I'm being attacked.
I don't think he had a version that he could have 10 people on panel, has he?
I'm back.
Oh, ouch. No, I'm talking us.
Oh.
We had 9 people.
You should have 10 total.
Yeah, we can have up to 10.
Yeah, no, I thought we were talking about a particular somebody else.
No, he can only have 6.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he uses different software. Yeah.
Well, no, he uses StreamYard, but he uses the free version.
Okay, because I know there's one guy on here that I was talking to, Ninja, maybe. He only uses.
He uses Restream.
Yeah, he can only have like 6 people on his because of the count.
Well, they have. I think both of them. Their Restream and StreamYard are very similar. It's just Restream is just a little bit less expensive. I'm not sure if they have all the features, but both of them have free versions.
Yeah.
And then I know on StreamYard you've got 2 paid levels. The first tier is the one we have where you can have up to 10, and a few other things. And then I think Terry's on the top tier.
Yeah, because I can do 1080p on his, where I can't on.
Yeah.
others.
And I think Mark mods and them also, because he's part of a group that pays for it, and they have what they call the professional level.
Yeah.
And you can have like up to 10 people on panel. They can have 2 extra people in the green room or in the basement, as some of us call it.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like I said, it's if you're making money off YouTube, sure, pay for your stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought, well, this is my entertainment.
Yeah.
And, my social life pretty much. Now, I join other streams during the week, but with the free versions, you get a limited amount of time.
Oh, really?
On StreamYards, you're allowed 20 hours a month.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the guys only run a little bit each day. They run about an hour, where Connie and I run,
like
or
Sprue,
a dedicated night.
yeah, Sprue and JC, Lindsay on StreamYards, when he does his panel groups, they run about 2 hours if they're going twice a week.
Because math.
Right. And they're really conscious of their times.
Yeah.
And
Plus, you can only hold
ours,
user for so long anyway. You know what I mean? Because people have to
Right.
work or whatever. And
right. But we run, we're at what, almost 7.5 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're running right at
7:20.
7.5 hours. So, we do that schedule just about every weekend.
Yeah.
So even just streaming one night a week, we are still running 30 plus hours a week, because I have run the stream up until 9 o'clock Eastern time. I've run almost 9 hours, right at 9 hours.
so, were you still trying to do the 24-hour pass it over thing, or no?
No.
Okay, because you guys were talking about that, and I was like, I don't know if I can be on
That
stream.
takes
that
a
long.
little. Well, that takes a little bit of coordination.
Yeah, I was going to coordinate that with somebody like Scott and a couple others, and kind of bounce it through, but I didn't
Maybe
think
next
about
year
it in
we'll
time.
schedule it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because we've only been, streaming ourselves really about the last 6 months.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah, I noticed that, like I said, we had a really good crowd tonight. Ouch, ouch, don't bite me, cat.
What's attention?
But Nummy.
Oh,
It wants its food.
Via you.
well, he's still a juvenile tomcat, except the aunt's older female cat, who kind of has made herself fully outdoors because she just never wanted to come back in. She came into the house, for a little bit, and he has just gone into demon mode ever since.
Invading his space.
Well, we're not sure if, he just wanted to play. She did nothing but hiss at him. Like majorly go away, you bother me, kid type.
Yeah. I tried that with my kids. It don't work.
And well, then he's gone through and yowled and howled for the last couple of nights, even though she's not in here. I don't know if you've ever heard two tomcats when they start yowling at each other.
Yeah,
You're going to pull
I've got a
that bag
couple
on
of
top of your.
classic things.
Gonna get. Now he's just into everything. It could be the fact that I came in so late, but I'm going to go quiet for a few minutes simply because I'm getting ready to go
All right.
mess with him for a few minutes. And I don't like talking in there because I don't want to wake him up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to mute since I'm going to be, his vest is still going on, but I'll be listening. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but
Oh.
Hello, David J.M.
Hey, David.
hey, David. Oh, hey, John. I didn't see you there earlier. I was out of frame for a little bit there. John Alec came in to say hi.
Like I said, I've got StreamYards pulled up on my one monitor, and I've been so busy looking down at all this plastic that I just never bothered looking up and seeing who was in and who wasn't in.
Yeah, I run StreamYard at one screen and then my YouTube on the other, so I can see people's comments on my channel. That way, if they come in through mine, I can see them. But it's like 10
Yeah.
foot away. I have to actually walk over there and check it. And it said I was making food, so I definitely wasn't checking my screens.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
David. Hey, Terry. You back in lurking?
Terry's back lurking. I didn't
Yep.
see him.
Hi, Dobby. Or Dobby.
Dobby.
Sorry, Dobby.
Dobby.
Yeah, Terry, it's
Dobby.
about time you got caught up with the times. I mean, it's almost lunchtime here. It's New Year's Day.
Yeah, because you live in the future. Yeah, see, that's how you do the rollout with, is you have him start and then just keep passing it over.
Well, see,
My
that's what
time zone from west to east.
Yeah, that's what we did a couple years ago with the train community. We started in around Melbourne, Australia, with a guy named Shannon Tapia. Started the stream, and then Gaffa Haynes picked up for a little bit down there, and then we passed it off to, I want to say, Artie, Aussie American, and then went from him to a bunch of the European trained guys. And when it hit the East Coast, I picked up with a guy by the name of Toyman, RWC. Toyman picked up. He and I ran for a couple, till midnight, and then we had guys picking up on Central Time. I think Train Freak and Brian of Iron Horse Railroad picked up, and we just kind of went through, and then went back to Shannon, and he was sound asleep at his computer. He had stayed up for 24 hours, and one of the other guys, we actually had to call him because he fell asleep at his computer.
Yeah, when you get a little older, that 24-hour thing ain't what it used to be.
Oh yeah. Actually, Randall, it was Toyman is the one that fell asleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Toyman fell asleep. Containerman 68 kept calling him. He tried to text him at one point, and all you hear bottle caps bouncing off the counter, and it's Toyman's text tone. He was sound asleep at the computer. I left for a little bit, but left the computer on and came back the next morning and saw they were still going. Of course, we used to do that on the Friday night Friday night hangout, we would do that. You know, I'd be out. I'd be on there until probably about midnight or 1. I'd go to bed and wake up the next morning on Saturday morning, and they'd still be going at it sometimes. So those were always fun streams like that.
Well, I remember there was times I'd come on streams and I'd just be so exhausted because I worked so many hours. Ugh. There we go.
Yep. That's why I
was
can't
back
wait
when
to
we
go
were
back
doing-
on night shift. The night shift, I'll get off about 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll come home and I can be up, 7 o'clock in the morning after a full night's sleep and catch everyone's stream. That's always a fun one to get into. I think I'm gonna have to get another one of these boxes. I actually like these things. I'm actually gonna do it by the book next time. Figure this will be my kit. This is my kit. Yeah, this is my kit bash set right here, and I'm actually gonna do the proper ones next time because there's 16 buildings in the set, but most of these are getting scratch built into a mountain terrain that I'm going to do. So see how it works out in the end. Almost tempted to wonder if that's actually thick enough I can put. Ooh, I'll be able to put magnets on that. Yeah, I could put magnets on these. Well, no, because there's no way of magnetizing the bottom. All right, never mind. Maybe I'll put pins in instead.
I'm wasting so much Tamiya tape today.
Oh, believe me, the bad thing was I went to actually lay out chevrons on one of my floor tiles and realized, wait a minute, I can't do the chevrons like that because I need to paint I need to actually paint it first before I do the chevrons in yellow. And I was like, oh, I pulled everything off and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I could have gone ahead and sprayed it like that. I needed to spray the base coat under it first. So the base coat would have been the setup for my chevrons, and then doing the I would have gone in and used a what do you call it? Sponge.
Yeah.
And sponged in the color to make it look worn out. But I didn't put the base coat down first, so I couldn't do the sponging for the colors. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, I need to do that. But it's a little 6x6 tile. It was a 12 by 12, but I cut it down into 4 sections. Because I decided I did not want to leave it the full piece, because I actually found a 3D print of the same floor tile and decided I would use it for part of it. Oh.
Well, I'm back, and I'm hoping he goes to sleep.
Hi, back. I'm
That-
Mom.
Too many issues.
How long is the average car?
Do what?
How long is the average car?
8.5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out, because I was doing my lines here, they just feel long. It's just like they feel really long. So maybe I
Well, I know
the car I have is really
the
long.
average carport is 12 feet long, or actually no, 20 feet. But you've always got room in the front and the back.
How does I'm gonna Google the dimensions of a parking spot because these just feel long.
Yeah. If you look up US DOT, it'll give you the measurements for parking lots and road lanes for both interstate, residential, and I think parking lot code. I can't remember.
That's what I was trying to figure out here because it's just.
I want to say it was 8 feet, 8 scale feet wide.
Let me
Was it 8 by 10 or 6 by 10?
Okay, a width of the parking space on a for 45 is 9 feet. Length is 18 feet.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so they're 9 by 18.
Okay.
Unless they're parallel, because they're obviously a different thing.
Yeah.
Now that class you hate so much, use math.
Math is stupid. Shut up. It's my wife telling me I should have paid more attention to math. She always makes fun. I don't math unless I have to. When I have to math, well, because scale calculations, something are like, ugh.
That's what. Actually, for scale calculations for me, where's my phone? Scale calculations for me is this right here. Woodland Scenics Model Scaler.
Does it do all the different scales?
Yep.
Okay, because I build in all the different scales.
Yeah. You do 164. Yeah, it's got S scale. It's got European OO scale. It's got HO scale. It's even got T scale.
Okay.
And
look into that.
Yeah. Yeah, you put in the measurement of the actual item size. You could do it in inches, feet, millimeters, yards, meters. And then same thing for the model, what the model size comes out to in that. That's how I do that with millimeters. I'll put millimeters in for my model size, so I can put it on my printer, because the printer program gives me millimeters. So
metrics the way when you're doing little stuff.
Yeah.
I'm learning metric that way. What's funny is I don't know any of the big measurements. I only have millimeters and centimeters because that's the only ones that are applicable to me. So
Right.
I don't know any of the big stuff, so I don't need it.
Yeah. My problem is I'm in, well, with electrical work and in construction, we're using eighths and 16ths and 30 seconds and all that half the time. And I'm like, guys, no, keep it simple. Keep it to quarter, half, 3/4, and a whole inch. I was like, you start getting into 16ths and all that, y'all are going to drive me nuts because it depends on whose tape measure has what. Not all tape measures are 36. Some of them are 16. Some of them are 8. So I was like, it gets really annoying. Headset starting to irritate my ear again.
Yeah, it seems like school is actually useful for some stuff.
Yeah. It's like basic math. Yeah. You get into algebra and geometry and all that. I was like, I don't
my
ever
son does
use
that ridiculous crap. He's like, "Hey, can you help me with?" I'm like, "No, go see your mom. I just walk away. If your math has letters in it, just go see your mom. I don't just pass."
Oh, yeah, mine was my kids asked me that, and my wife and I would both look at them and go see Grandpa, meaning my dad.
Yeah.
He was great with math, but he tried to show me geometry on paper, and I was like, no, we'll go to the pool hall. He goes, what? And I was like, don't teach me geometry on paper. Teach me geometry on the pool table. So that was where most of my geometry came from, was playing pool. And then later it was bowling. Oh no.
Little
He
one
not
is
gonna settle?
not, he hasn't gone to sleep and now he's not comfortable. Which means I've got 30 or 40 minutes of him fussing and me going in every other time he fusses to reposition him.
Number 5.
Johnny 5 is alive?
No, I was just looking to see where I was at on the driver board.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we'll see if I go out tonight or tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to a hobby shop or a mall. No, maybe actually go to like a mall road club or something. They'll probably get them to call me. Seems like every time I go to a train show or something, they want me for a trip. I kid you not, went to the Christmas display the first day it happened, and got up there, wasn't up there probably 30 minutes and got called for a yard shift.
It never fails.
Yeah.
Well,
So
fortunately, I had like 2 hours to run trains, so that worked out pretty good.
Yeah. I was
And
like,
then
depending on how close you are to Midwest, I was going to say, I always run over to Midwest Model Railroad, but I don't think
I've been there. I went there on the way back from Sioux City, Iowa.
Yeah.
That's a good store they got.
Yeah, I'd love to get it. I think next time I go up to Chicago, I may spend it, take one day drive over there. But I don't know how long a side trip that would be to do that.
Yeah, I would like to go up there just to when I have time to just look around that place. Because when I stopped, you're only allotted a.
There's the call.
Yep. I love his text tone. It vibrates and then starts going. It's a train whistle.
What the heck? Why won't my phone work? Hello?
It's for you. One person that talks to me sitting behind me. So.
Hang on, I'm going to drop out for just a minute and call him back. That was actually my brother trying to call me.
Okay.
So, but I'll have to drop out and then come back in. So,
Okay, no problem.
all right, see you guys in a minute.
See you in a little bit.
See you, Matt.
You still hanging out in here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
No, I was
Yeah.
talking to Scott. He's so
Oh.
quiet.
Oh.
Yeah, Scott's in the middle of building stuff. He's being real quiet.
He's concentrating.
I'm
We'll over
being
there and see what
backwards
you're
and
working on.
forward.
What you working on, Scott? I'm gonna come over to my PC so I can see what the heck everybody's doing.
I'm just putting spires together now.
The plane.
The plane.
Oh man.
P47.
Cool.
Nice.
Exactly
cool.
what I was working on when I first met Terry and all that, and it's been sitting in the background for the last couple of months, not doing anything. So
Can I
I
get her
thought
done
I'd better
before
finish
the
it.
end of the year?
Mm.
You got 12 months to finish it now because you said it's tomorrow there. So I was gonna say finish before the end of the year. I was like, wait a minute, it's already the brand new year there. So you got 12 months.
Well, I must admit, this has been a pretty good community to hang with.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very supportive.
And what was surprising is actually seeing, like I said, seeing Hot Rod Rodney in tonight.
Yeah.
He's had some issues, both health wise between him and he's living back home with his mom. His mom was failing health, so he ended up moving in with her. He races late model stock cars. It was a car that his father and him actually had built. It was actually his dad's car, and then he had some major engine problems with it a couple years ago. It's all been like in the last 5 years. And last year, I don't think I saw him maybe 5 times video come out from him in the last 5 years. He used to do a Thursday show. And when I first came on with another channel, I was actually looking at taking the Thursday slot, and then I got offered Sunday with somebody else, and I was like, I'll just do Sundays, and then it just kind of stuck.
Yeah. And then you got me into Sundays with y'all, and
Yeah, we kind
then
of
here we are, still Sunday.
Yeah, we kind of twisted. I twisted your arm on that. I would sit there, and Connie would be at her bench, and she would text me pictures of what she was working on and what she was painting. And I finally was like, you just need to buy a camera. And I found a camera for her on Amazon, told her how much it was. She ordered it. And then her daughter, as a Mother's Day gift, which it arrived on Mother's Day, her daughter sends her a camera.
The exact same one.
Yeah, the exact same one that she had just ordered. So she had 2 in the box, and she's like, wait a minute, I didn't order 2 of these.
Well, I had 2 packages. They showed up on a Thursday because I streamed first on Mother's Day. It was the first time I actually streamed. And, I tried to do it through a cell phone at first. That didn't work. And, yeah, long story short, now I've got 3 cameras and a gaming laptop. And
look at you. How fancy.
Yeah,
my daughter she streams on Twitch.
Okay.
She's the gamer in the family.
Yeah.
And she just had herself one of her cohorts that she knows helped her build basically a gaming streaming desktop. So she's got the really nice setup.
Actually, that's what I need to do. I need to call Heather, tell her what I want to do, have her come up with desktop for me because I want to move away from the laptop and move to a desktop so I can actually recover some of my workbench. 'Cause right now
Just
my
get one of those
workbench
little
is a
car
mess.
mounts and just kind of holds away like the police have. Just have one of those kind of hovers above your bench.
Well, that's
You look
basically
up
what
at
I've got. Is I've got
Okay.
a shelf that my my laptop sits on, but that laptop is about 5 years old, and it's been overheating lately. And I cleaned the fans. Fans are still working, but I keep an eye on them because I was doing a lot of wood cutting on a chop saw in the shed, and so I had a lot of sawdust flying around. Didn't know it, so I got to the
I'd say
point now.
sawdust and go ahead.
Yeah, so I ended up hooking up a little like 3-gallon shop vac to my miter saw, and it just kind of cut down on that overspray now.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say sawdust and laptops are not very good friends.
Yeah. Yeah, no, what definitely was not a very friendly situation on it.
Yeah, so far, my laptop and my second monitor, I've gotten a good system set up. Even if I did have to hardwire my, run a Cat 6 cable to my router for my streaming purposes.
Yeah, and hardwire is the best anyway. Wait till you have to network your house.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what we did here. We've got wireless boosters all over the place to boost the signal to everywhere.
I've got 2 extenders, one going each direction, since the router's kind of in the center.
Yeah.
And to the back of the house, but I was just getting small glitches and everything and small delays. And like tonight, with running the stream to 3 channels, I try to keep all of them in the background so I can flip to each one if I need to see who's in chat. Like that Octi or QT or whoever popped in at one point tonight off of Carl's channel. And my computer, if I'm running on Wi-Fi, my computer doesn't like to do that too well. But hardwiring it, I had actually StreamYards, and at one point I had 4 YouTube tabs up where I could switch back and forth. So I had R3 plus pennies.
Wow.
And could pull Messenger up on my computer every now and again.
I'm doing a couple of ones from. I couldn't imagine trying to do that many.
Usually I'll run, mine and Connie's chat going so I know who's in what chat. But tonight I didn't even bother with pulling the chat up.
You don't care about your viewers?
I do, but I was just.
Well, he knows 90% of them are in my chat anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much everyone went into Connie's chat, so there was really no point in me having my chat open.
Well, that's why,
Yeah, Rodney was the only one that came in, and I think Randall would come in. That was really the only 2 that came into mine.
Yeah, I know randomly some of my car guys will come over and watch the stuff. So new names like Mark and I think Sunshine came in mine the other day. Hobby Barn, Terry.
Yeah, Terry Senior, he's cool.
Yeah, Terry Senior actually he popped into one of our streams one night and actually surprised
Yeah.
the absolute crap out of all of us because nobody had.
He came on panel. He came
Yeah,
on
he came
panel.
on
Yeah,
panel.
because he hasn't
Yeah.
done
Well,
it in a while, 'cause
he
he's
popped
been here.
in with oh, who was it? Popcorn Man, I think, something like that.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah, Popcorn Birdman, I think was his name. It was
There,
yeah.
it was a gentleman friend of his who was in the hospital, and he was showing him how to do it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until he took the phone over because I said to myself, I don't recognize him. And there's been problems with trolls. You know, you hear these various horror stories, you know, with people popping up and looking cool. Then they get on panel, and about 90 seconds later, they're doing things inappropriate.
Yep. But Terry's had
Yeah,
trouble
like
with
what
that.
happened to Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, we had that happen in the train community.
Sparky.
To Sparky. Was a guy, he thought he had recognized the name as being one of the people and had the screenshot that the guy always uses for his avatar. So he pulls him up on the show, and as soon as he goes live, the guy stands up and he has no pants on.
Oh, yep.
It was one of Sparky's mods that happened to be online with him, caught it quick enough to pop him down.
Yeah.
And it was just do what?
Was it you?
I said I'm down.
Oh no.
No, it was. So that's why.
I don't remember who it was on Sparky's that did that, but yeah, it was just somebody trolled into Sparky's and was on someone had used somebody's channel name.
Yeah.
Where we
you can
all
make it, you can name your
recognized it.
stuff whatever you want, so it looks like somebody else's.
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid of with you. I mean, having having people someone steal your identity like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see, we had a couple. Oh, we were talking about trolls and whatnot, and we're talking about that QTAM or whatever that came in earlier.
QT.
Oh, yeah.
Or QT. Nobody really recognizing who it was, and we were figuring it was probably a troll channel that we know who likes.
No, I don't think it was that one. I don't think it was that one.
I don't think it was that one, but we're not really sure who it was. And I was like, yeah. But I was like, even DIY and Digital, Jimmy had his channel stolen. Had his actually a whole channel stolen. And they ran they were running a Bitcoin live stream or something on through his channel.
Then if you get a lot of followers, you'll get a lot of people.
Yeah, and that was the thing, is he had a lot of followers, and YouTube shut the channel down, and it took him weeks to get the channel back. And actually, Toyman had his channel hacked, and he lost a lot of video that he had on his channel for all his videos that he had done for his trains and that. But yeah, I don't remember if you remember that, Randall. That's probably 3-4 years ago.
I heard about the DIY Digital.
Yeah.
Account getting hacked,
Yeah,
but I
Jimmy
didn't know
actually got all
about
his
this
stuff
other
back.
stuff.
Yeah. Toyman had his knocked out. That was back when we were doing the Friday night hangouts all the time. About the same time that oh God, I forgot her name. Nancy Jones, the Spirit of Colorado, which I haven't seen hiding a hair of her in God.
She
probably
is
5
on
or 6 years.
Facebook, and I think she's on Rumble now. I think she's not doing much YouTube.
Yeah, well, I know she had issues with YouTube, and somebody mass reported her channel saying that it was copyrighted, that the name she was using was copyrighted. And so she kept changing the name around, and she finally was just like, I'm done. And I hadn't seen hide the hair of her. And at one point, she was supposed to be moving from Seattle down to Louisiana, around where Redneck Connection and that were, and I can't think of the other one. Shoot. Yeah, Redneck
Anthony?
Connection. No, I was thinking Anthony Redneck Way of Life, but no, it was actually Redneck or yeah.
Redneck Connection
Yep.
and
Yeah, it was Redneck Connection was the other one. But yeah, no,
I
they
keep getting messages saying my phone's been hacked, but I've run antiviruses through it and everything else, and it says it's fine. So I've just been
they're trying to
letting
get
it
you to
go.
click on things.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's malware.
it's a scam thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a malware. They're
I'm
like,
thinking
hey,
about just turning the internet notifications off.
Yeah. Actually, I had one call about a supposed computer sending a error message over the internet to them, and for like so many dollars, like $100 or so, they'll clear it up or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. What laptop was it? And they told me, and I was like, oh, that's pretty funny, considering that laptop hasn't been on the internet in like 5 years. And, well, and then they're like, oh, well, it must be the IP address then. It must be one of your other computers. And I was like, the other computer I use is an Apple iPad. So unless you're with Apple, go away.
I love it when they try and sell you the extended warranty. They called me on they wanted to sell me one on my Chevy, right? Yeah, I have an '89 Chevy. So I was like, yeah, how much will you insure my truck for? I told them what size motor and everything they had. Like, it's an '89. And they're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Like, why not? I want you to insure my rust bucket, and then let's go total it tomorrow.
Yeah. Or my other favorite was the IRS calling me that, there's a warrant out for me. I owe like X amount of dollars to the IRS. How would I like to pay for that over the phone? This, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, well, if there's a warrant for me, just go ahead and send the federal marshals over to me. I'm pretty sure you know where my address is and everything. Just have them come pick me up. And I started laughing. And guys like, oh, this is no laughing matter. I was like, the fuck it's not. Have a nice day. It's a scam. Click.
Right.
It immediately called my phone company and told them my number. And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll track that as soon as it comes back in. We see where it came through now. And as I hung up from them, they called back in. And my phone company had already told me, keep them on the line as long as you can. We're going to trace the call. And I get a text on the phone while I'm on with him. I was like, hold on, I got to check a text real quick. Text reads from the phone company. Got him. You can hang up now. And I was like, oh, that was a message from my lawyer. He says, all is well. Have a nice night. And then I hung up. And I didn't hear from that number again.
I had a text message myself here a couple of months ago now saying that I have tolls owing. How would you like to pay? I just replied, ha ha. Because in this state where I am, there are no tolls.
Yeah.
I don't own a car.
There was a guy we knew, and I won't name names, but he got one of those scam calls. And anyway, he said they was talking for a while, and directly he said, well, I can't do anything right now because I'm working. And the caller asked him, said, well, what do you do if it's ain't my business to ask? He said, oh, well, I'm a deputy sheriff for the police department. And he said they hung up and never called him back.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's a few YouTube clips of that actually happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it when they trace them back and they actually
Yeah.
tell them where they work and what their address is. And
Oh yeah, I absolutely love the when the scammers get scammed.
Yeah.
And the guy's sitting there talking to him. It's like, oh yeah, hold on a minute. Yeah, it's this, and the guy's like, well, no, that's not coming up. And he goes, oh no, I see everything right here. And he starts deleting the guy's computer files. And like it completely wipes his hard drive while he's on the phone with the guy. And the guy's trying to get the computer off and everything.
Yeah, that's funny.
I had one.
Well, you'll still hear him. I'll get him.
Dave was saying, I had one and said, Bradford police, they hung up. All right, Carl. Good night to you, buddy. And have a
Hi,
good
Carl.
New Year. Yeah, I've had, oh man, I always have fun with those.
Keeps it interesting.
Yeah. Oh, God. Imagine the wife's gonna be home any minute. Actually, no, she probably won't be home for another hour. She's a manager for a escape room, and they had some customers in tonight. She was working with and's got a new trainee that she was training.
You ever see the meme where the guy kicked through the drywall and he said, I'm the master of the escape rooms. They won't let me go in them anymore.
Oh.
Well, he escaped. That was the goal, right?
Yeah.
I used to like back years ago. I used to like listening to Jeff Foxworthy's top 20 countdown, and he'd have this bit where that they call idiots in the news.
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
He would get, those were great. Some of those were really good.
Oh yeah, that was like the running joke here.
You might be a redneck.
No, not you might be a redneck. If no, I was talking about on oh God, I can't think of the channel now. But it was it might have happened in Florida.
Yeah, what's weird is all the stupid news stations come from
the
Florida.
local radio station I listen to has a segment every so often that they call Tales from Florida.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it was Bob.
yeah.
Was it Bob and Tom? They were a syndicated U.S. radio show. They used to have that. I think John
we just
Boy
have
and Billy
stupid
had
news.
it too.
And
Yeah.
90% of the stories come out of Florida.
Oh yeah, yeah, stupid news. My favorite was actually heard one time. Guy arrested in California decided to attack a guy in a wheelchair. Oh, dumb crook news. He attacks a guy in a wheelchair, proceeds to have his arm broken in 4 spots, his shoulder dislocated, and his collarbone shattered, and dragged into the Walmart by the guy in the wheelchair. On the back of the wheelchair, in stencil, is United States Navy SEAL Team self-defense instructor with the SEAL Team Budweiser on it. On the back of the chair, in bright gold on a black background. The guy's like, oh, he's in a wheelchair. Yeah, he might have been a Navy SEAL. You never
He still
know.
is.
Yeah, he's a martial arts instructor. It doesn't matter if he can't walk. Jiu-jitsu, your biggest thing is being on the ground.
Yeah, I saw a story about a guy. It was a British real boxing instructor. Some kid tried to rob him. The whole left side of that kid's face was a big blob. They're like, well, he didn't hold back.
Oh,
it was hilarious because it's one of those they picked the wrong house.
Yeah, I actually had that personal
Hi,
friend of mine.
TBG. How you
Hey,
doing?
TBG. Connie, you know him.
Hey, mate.
The one I talked to, Derek from Festival, worked Jacob's Ladder, was always climbing up the ladder, standing up, not, balancing on the ropes and that.
Yeah.
He's was trained under Renzo Gracie in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is a second-degree black belt, plus he does karate. And he and the school went up to New York one time to certify some black belts. As they were leaving the school, now they're all in their gis, all with a black belt on, and a guy comes up and tries to rob them. And actually comes up to the smallest one in the group, who Connie is about your size and probably about 90 pounds soaking wet. We call her Spider Monkey. Because she is fast, she is nimble, and she will climb up you and actually do a standing triangle chokehold on you.
Yeah,
And wait
I'll
for you to
pass on
pass
that. Thank
out.
you very much.
Yeah, and it's like watching her, it's like hearing about that from them, and it's like, oh my God, I could just see her do it too. Oh, I'm glad that was closed. That was almost a mistake. I just I dumped my glue over, and thankfully I had the cap was closed, but it had fallen on the paper, so it wouldn't have erased my lines on my cutting mat.
Oh,
Probably one of the funniest stories I heard. Well, there's actually been a couple, but probably one of the funnier stories I heard on that show was the story about some guy in Germany or somewhere was at a gas station filling up his car, and his wife had gotten out of the car and went in the gas station, and he drove off and left her and didn't realize she wasn't in the car for 6 hours.
6 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna say he got a divorce.
I've actually got that one recorded on tape.
Oh man,
that one was funny.
He said,
they said he had no explanation on why it took him 6 hours to realize his wife was out of the car.
He was happy to have quiet for 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, and I bet he realized it when he got home.
Yeah, and how do you explain that one?
Sorry, babe. I thought you were just being really quiet.
Thought you'd gone into the back seat and went to sleep.
Then there was another one where I guess a guy got out of jail or something, and he got on a train, got drunk, and got in a fist fight or something on the train, got arrested again. But
yeah.
Oh, when you're talking about Judy in the escape room, did she tell you the cheat I did in one of the rooms?
Maybe.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to unlock the cannon, so I just upended it and the pieces came out, and I got busted for it. Said no, put them back. You can't do that. Like, darn it! But I got the pieces. That's not the way it works.
Actually, I think I remember hearing that. Yeah, I'm glad the new girl's working out great. She pretty much let the other one go.
Well, sometimes bad help is worse than no help.
Well, that was really what it was. Is they were just waiting until they had somebody that came along that was a little bit more competent. And they were going to replace her. All right, that works. I'll have to put a card in that one. I'll have to find some plastic card that'll fit in there. Cut it out.
Oh, and Happy New Year's to James and David.
Yep. I will be back in a minute. I need to go run a four-legged Malingator.
Let's do so again.
Yep.
I just fed mine.
Beat the Bengals.
Well, I just got a cranky youngin' that doesn't want to go to sleep.
Fun.
I was talking to my brother a minute ago, and I guess Cheyenne's got one of her friends up there, so I may try to do a stream tomorrow if I'm not working.
I've been being lazy all week. I need to actually do something tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to be off this weekend, but due to possible exposure, we didn't want the scheduled nurse to come in.
Yeah.
Since she'd been in the hospital with her son, adult son, by the way, who had
Yeah.
showstopper.
Mm.
It's like, no, we do not want you in here.
Yeah, that's a pass.
But he had it a week ago. Yeah, the incubation rate's 14 days.
No, it's 5 days because that's when my boss says I can go back to work. There's so many companies that just change it to whatever they want it to be so they get their people back.
Well, considering we have 2 compromised systems here.
Oh no, I'm not
Yeah.
doubting you at all. I'm just saying it's just
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many like factories and stuff are like, oh, you're fine after 5.
Oh, yeah.
Fine. Or they just pay the government enough money and oh, it's 5 now. Because like the county I live in, we have a Honda plant, so that we no longer get level 3s where they close the roads because Honda calls and complains because their workers can't come in.
We never had that down here where they closed the roads, although
I
was given a letter to keep in the car saying that I was a hey, Blue Streak, how you doing?
Hey,
Welcome in. Happy New Year's. And, I was given the letter saying that, yes, I was considered an essential worker and I was to be allowed. No hassle.
Yeah,
but we never got to that point here, so. Although we did wind up nursing these 2 here through it last year at this time. But they had a rather mild case, unfortunately. None of the nurses here, well, the day nurse or neither one of us got it.
That's good.
Well, my daughter tells me I have an immune system that belongs on an alien because nothing kept, I so very rarely get sick that she's like, nothing's going to hit you.
Yeah.
I used to be that way, and now I can't even walk in the same room with somebody without getting sick.
Yeah, age catches up to you.
Yeah.
I used to have like Wolverine, I'll cut my finger and it'd be closed up the next day. Now it's like a week later. I'm like, okay, now we can stop that.
Let's see. I'm not sure about Scott, but I'm pretty sure I'm older than everybody else on panel.
Well, I'm 39, at least for another month and a half.
You might probably the youngest then.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually the baby on here, and you're younger than me. So.
53 this year.
Yep.
Yep, I'm the oldest. I just turned 55. Yeah, he's starting to wind down a little bit now. He's still not happy, but I spoke too soon.
That'll get you.
Well, a lot of times he'll get, how you get gas cramps? in the lower
Oh
system,
yeah, I get 'em.
there's nothing we can do about that for him.
You can't give him like was it the grape drops or whatever they are?
The simethicone, that works for your stomach, not so much for your lower digestive system.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna mute my mic just so you don't have to get close to
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
sound.
Well, I think I'll take a peek and see where I'm at on the board. See if I moved up anymore. In about an hour. Okay. Yeah, I have bugs lately. It's still number 5 on the board. We'll see what happens a little later. It's still early in the night.
I'm back and we've got 7 people watching. And unfortunately, my little one, as I call him, he's 11, but he's nonverbal and pretty much a paraplegic. He can't move himself around, but he can still feel. So if he's uncomfortable and something hurts, he has no direct way of telling us. We just kind of have to guess. You know, is it a process of elimination? Is it this, 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 or this? And it can be kind of frustrating for all parties because all we hear is, you know, his cries, and but he can't tell us what exactly it is he needs.
Yeah, just like babies, you have to try and
Yes.
figure it out through the signals they're giving you. It's like, okay,
Right.
well,
And at the moment, he is just not a happy camper, and we've tried all of our usual things, but right now I think it's a case of he wants to go to sleep and he just can't because he's wound himself up.
yeah, it happens sometimes.
So, and that's kind of another reason why I went ahead and came into work because he had no nurse today at all. So his great aunt, who's his caregiver, she has been up since 5 o'clock this morning. And he was up since about 6. So, I'm just a little bit on the cranky side.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Eventually, I can tell in the tones he's starting to wear down. If you guys can hear him and he bothers you, just let me know. I can turn my mic down a little bit, I think.
Okay, here's that. Put it up. Try and get some of these rate cards put up that I've got laying around.
I remember days like that. Having 5 of them, it happens sometimes.
Ooh, there's really overlaying down there. We got magnetized. Nice.
David, he probably is. Normally, he has a percussion vest treatment and a breathing treatment at 7 o'clock, and he normally falls asleep at that time. If he doesn't, then he has issues similar to this. Some nights we get him comfortable right away, and other nights like this, it takes a while. Be right back again.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Connie.
That makes your little guys happy, comfortable at least.
Just got knocked my little coffee maker off over there.
It doesn't sound like he's having a very good time.
But he can get paid.
And sometimes it can be a case of he's hot, you know. He's just not happy, but he's wearing out, so hopefully, well, wishful thinking at the moment.
Yeah. Sometimes they just cry themselves to sleep.
That's kind of the stage we're at right now. He's starting to fade a little bit.
Not the optimal solution, but that's the one you got, right?
Well, but sometimes that's all you can do. I mean,
Yep.
he's clean, he's dry, he's had, some ibuprofen. His caregiver knows I'm here, so she's trying to catch some sleep. Because she'll go into what I call caregiver sleep once I leave. Where she's
One eye
only like
open.
half asleep. Yeah. And he's very routine. He very much likes his routine.
Don't we all?
And the last couple of nights I've come in late. So I'm supposed to be off, but I didn't get in until late. So he's just.
We got a couple others we got to work on.
Oh.
Next few days. I just looked on the weather app and it looks like we got some weather coming in next week.
Getting that white stuff?
Well, when I looked on the map, it looks like we're right on the line.
Really?
So
Ah,
it looks like everything from Springfield south is going to be rain, and then everything probably north is either going to be a mix or a snow. So I'll probably go out on a trip then too. They seem to like sending us out that when stuff like that starts happening.
yeah, it sounds about right.
I went on a trip one time, just been a few years ago, and got up there at West Plains and they had a tornado warning out. We was sitting right there in the middle of it.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Had to pull out there at the gas station and let it blow over.
Yeah. Keeping it interesting for you. You wouldn't want to be bored.
Oh yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys hanging with us, even with me fading in and out.
You're good. My wife's hard at work on her Animal Crossing, redoing all her flowers and stuff. So I was doing a live, and she's trying to keep busy back there.
I hate it that I don't have any kits or anything to build. I build everything already, so. Just trying to get everything kind of situated.
What sucks is I'm doing all this work and I'm gonna have to take it all off anyway because the lines are too wide. I'm just I'm just doing a rough thing so I can send it to the guy to see if this is the layout he wants. I'm trying to maximize his parking area, but I don't have any thinner tape right now. I need white, but yellow will be all right for now. I guess some parking spots are yellow, aren't they?
Well, Happy New Year, David, and thanks for popping back in with us. You have a good start to the year, too. No, we think we figured out what his problem was.
Oh, hello.
Yep. Good night,
Hello.
David. Happy New
Year.
No, we think he was in the midst of one of his night terrors again.
Oh, that sucks.
You know, where you actually have to make sure he is awake.
Yeah. Oh, I have Dinjarin and Baby Grogu. Yay!
Oh, cool.
So that means everything on that has printed but one item, and I'm not 100% sure I even want to print that. I'm not going to print it tonight. Well, it's one I have to sit on because it's so large that I may run out of resin in the vat before it finishes.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I'm gonna have to hit you up on for a Grogu because my wife's obsessed with that little thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Dinjarin and Grogu from the first season. He's walking through with the rifle.
Yeah, I could definitely do something with that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me wipe this down a little bit and throw it in the alcohol bath. Now bring it over to the. Double dip.
But fortunately, the aunt doesn't mind me basically on a video call while I'm working because she knows I take care of that one, even if I am talking on the phone.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing your job, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Well, and she also appreciates very much the fact that I came in on my night off.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. 3 kilos. Woohoo!
When we talk
How
about those
many
too
weeks?
loud.
How many weeks did this one last, or these last?
I'd have to look at Amazon and see when I bought them. Talk about kilos of resin.
Oh,
I buy 4 bottles, which is 4 kilos, and I think the last set I got lasted a week and a half, 2 weeks. I think that's about what this lasted. Of course, one of my favorites is I've got a print that I plan on running here in a couple, probably tomorrow, maybe. It's on another thumb drive that I've got that somebody had done one for Queen Elizabeth and for Warhammer 40K. And I got the STL file for it and actually had it running.
Sorry. I'm mucking around on Penny's stream.
Oh,
chatting.
okay.
Oh,
Ah,
clackety, 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 clackety.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that where everybody ran off to?
Well, Carl's
Oh.
over this. I just told him, weren't you going to bed? And he replied, yes, darling.
well, like I said, I realize that other people go live, and and we've been going 8.5 hours.
Yeah.
Craziness.
And
well,
there's
that
a,
came out
like I said,
Wednesday.
and a lot of our people are UK or further east.
Yeah. Yep, that's what it looks like.
Oh no.
that looks,
Oh, that looks
what
cool.
is that?
I like that.
So Din Djarin and Baby Grogu from The Mandalorian.
Yes. Sort of looks like a roller
Yeah,
coaster.
shoot me an
right
email
there.
on that. I'll have my pay you give me making one of those.
Oh yeah.
Or trade services or whatever. We can figure something out.
Oh no, I ain't worried about it. I'll send one to you.
Yeah. Paint it up on make a video for you.
Oh yeah. Do I have? All right, they are not on there. That one is though, so I think I will print. So I've got one of those. Yeah, I think I'll print another one of those. I've got a STL file for a. They call it it's called Dorvan Halls. Let's say it's like a rock wall with Celtic knotwork on it.
Cool. So I'm always looking for stuff for doing, because my wife wants me to make book nooks and stuff, because she knows I do dios. She said I should try making a book nook sometime, and I'm always looking for stuff to put in them. So
Yeah, that's the one wall. It's actually double sized from what it originally is.
oh, okay.
But I don't know if the Celtic knotwork will show up or not. Yeah, it does. Yeah. There it goes. Finally focused in.
I built some of the book nooks. I enjoy them. Both the pre-printed type ones and then also the ones where you build everything from scratch.
You know I'm building it all from scratch.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I know. I know.
I'm not allowed to pre-make anything. my brain tells me
Craig.
so.
Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
I don't have that skill level.
Yeah,
At
we're
the
all at
moment.
different levels. Yeah, we're all at different levels. So
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been modeling for a long time, since probably the 90s. So
Yeah.
off and on. So yeah, I've been doing this a long time. Like I said, I just finally started, like I said, just doing commissions and stuff last year. So
Yeah.
but like I said, my goal is to not have to do a regular job and just do this. So I'll
Yeah,
get there
that's
eventually.
that's my goal. I'm waiting for a Kickstarter that I got onto that I actually have commercial licensing to sell the miniatures.
Oh, cool.
And I'm gonna be doing 35 millimeter 40K style army.
Oh.
And they actually, in the last 24 hours of the Kickstarter being live, he threw a video out talking about it. And they actually hit all their stretch goals plus some.
Awesome.
They ended up, it was out of Australia, and they had originally set it for 8,000, which they hit, and then they started adding stretch goals to it. And they were like, well, we'll do a ship and a tank if we get I think it was something like 100,000 or something like that Australian, and they ended up with 180,000 Australian.
Okay.
Almost
Oh,
171,000 Australian dollars, and they were like, yeah, now we're gonna have to go to work because we kind of really we had a design, but we didn't finalize it, so now we got to go finalize it. Thanks, guys.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My wife's trying to catch fish on her game, and she said she can't do it without sound. Would that noise trigger violation or no? It's just like a little.
I don't think
sound.
so. We are not monetized.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just not trying to get anybody in trouble.
You know, there's like 5 or 6 people watching right now, and I don't think anybody is going to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monkey, this
Complain.
You're good. Go ahead.
I'll just say I know we've got
No,
there's
they're not
five,
monetized. You can
five
cuss.
in here, so I don't think any of us.
She likes to cuss in her game, so yeah. I just want to double check before she turned her sound up. Yeah, she's trying. She's back there cussing because she can't catch the little fish. Like, hold on, let me ask him.
Oh no, that's fine.
What game is she playing?
Animal Crossing.
Oh, Animal Crossing. Okay.
Yeah, she's trying to catch the little fish on there, and it makes a little sound when they fish bite, and there's a little animation, but the sound and the animation aren't usually in time. So yeah, if you wait for the animation, a lot of times you'll lose your fish.
There we go. Finally, just trying to get the needle cap off my airbrush. So I think while I've got the time, I will flip over here and start airbrushing primer on some of this stuff. And my headset is beeping at me that it's dying.
It's tired. It's had a long day.
Yeah. Well, considering I usually leave it sitting on the charger most times, so that way it doesn't die on me in the middle of a stream, which it's done before to me.
It's not very good for your battery, sir. When it's full, you can take it off.
Well, see, half the time I don't even know when this thing's fully charged because it never.
The light doesn't change?
Nah.
Oh yeah, because mine's. Oops. I have a Corsair headset. Like I said, it goes red, yellow, and then green on the little LED. So when it's full, it turns green.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I've got. That's what I've got is a Corsair.
Yeah, the little LED where you plug it in should change colors. You get the Void headphones?
No, the only LED I've got is where the volume control is, and the on-off button.
Where you plug it in, there's a tiny little LED that lights up when you plug it in, and that changes colors.
I don't have that on this one. But this is.
I say, how old is that headset?
Not too old. I can't remember what the headset. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
Yeah, mine's not super new. Mine's a couple of years old.
Yeah.
Mine's a Void
see.
Elite, I
Let's
think.
see, Logitech. It was a Logitech. Oh god. Okay. No, that's my cameras and my mouse. That's not it. Where is? Oh, there it is. IQ.
Well, I just checked on my phone, and my headset is the same one I've been wearing all day, and it's at 30%. And I've been on the phone since about 9 o'clock. I've been on the phone or listening through it since 9 o'clock this morning. And I've had it on for all stream. That's one of the reasons why I love this headset.
All right, here we go.
There
yes, HS80 is what I've got.
That doesn't sound like a Corsair one. Weird.
Yeah.
I don't know that model.
Yeah, it was one of the newer ones. The one I had before finally crapped out on me. Actually crapped out during a live stream, I think.
That's no good.
Yeah, I know.
I just steal my wife's if mine stops working. We both have the same headphones.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting just a single over the ear instead of the 2-ear gaming headset that I have.
Yeah, so you don't have the void instead of the void noise canceling ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it because I can ignore my wife. If she heard me, she would probably throw things at me now.
I don't have noise canceling on.
Oh yeah, she reminded me she's not wearing noise canceling headphones.
Yeah.
Well, we've gotten pretty used to having partners in the background because, Michelle's always in the background with Carl.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. She, like I said,
Yeah.
I just like to mess with her.
Oh yeah.
She plays her games or whatever. She just tries not to watch anything that has music that is gonna mess anybody up because I'm not trying to mess anybody's channels up.
Yeah.
Because someday, hopefully, it'll matter. Well, not right now, it doesn't, but hopefully someday it does.
I don't know if I'll ever have that many followers, but
my thing is, if I get in the habit of
stuff back on,
yeah. My thing is, if I get in the habit of doing it correctly now, I won't have to try and switch if I can ever get monetized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, if I get used to not cursing and not playing stuff in the background, hopefully it'll be all right.
Oh, I can't wait for that new airbrush. Jesus. Got a Harder and Steenbeck on order. I was waiting for it to finally ship.
Yeah, good luck this time of year, man. Because I know I ordered a controller for my son for Christmas. It didn't come till like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
He's like, I just. Yeah.
Oh, Amazon shipping has been driving me crazy
Yeah.
the last 4, and not even before Christmas. I'm talking the last 4 days.
Well, it's everyone returning stuff. It's just messing them all up.
Well, I was supposed to have something, 2 items from one order come in on Thursday. They wound up splitting the order, telling me one was going to come in Saturday, the other one on Sunday. They both wound up showing up on Friday.
Yeah, mine kept changing. It's like, it's going to be this day. Oh, no, it's this day. No, it's this day. And it was weird as it kept going forward and then backwards and it'd go forward again. I'm like, just pick a day. I don't care which one. Just pick one.
Well, it got delayed in transit between 2 distribution centers that are probably less than 40 miles apart. It went to Charlotte, North Carolina, delayed in transit on its way to Concord, North Carolina. Which is, like I said, 40 miles might be a stretch.
Yeah, I was going to say probably more like 30 miles.
Either way, it's close enough that, somebody can walk it over there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's like there is really no reason for it to get lost within that short amount of time.
Yeah. That's kind of silly.
Yeah, I had an order from actually Midwest Model Railroad got lost in transit somewhere between two different mail distribution centers. The company ended up sending me a new one. It was supposed to be 2-day. It was 2-day mail. The new one shows up. The old one had been almost a month lost. Then I get a delivery notice that UPS delivered my package. So I go out there and there's 2 of them sitting there. It was the original package with the original shipping date on it and the new one. So I called the company. I was like, hey guys, that old one showed up. Do you want me to send it back or what? And they're like, no, William, actually, we've already been paid on that by insurance. So, do what you want with it. Merry Christmas. Because it was around Christmas time that I did it. And I was like, oh, cool. So I had 2 boxes of N-scale track.
That's always cool when that happens, because I remember when during the Rona, I ordered a book and they sent me the wrong book, and they're like, "Well, they're not trying to get that, so we'll go ahead and just send you a different one. Send you the right book." I'm like, "Cool, I get 2 books for free."
Yeah,
because they weren't taking returns and they sent me the wrong book. So
yeah,
I've actually bought a boxcar off of eBay, and they sent me the wrong one, and the guy wound up getting in touch with me and told me that there'd been a mix-up and the wrong car been sent. So he sent me the one I ordered, and I asked him. I said, well, you want me to send you back that other car? And he said, not really. He said he told me I could keep it, so I'll use it with the steam engine I got. So yeah, that was pretty good.
Have those cars changed much between the steam engines and the newer ones?
Oh yeah, the steam era cars are a lot smaller than what's out running now.
Okay, I don't know what trends. So,
and I don't have one with me. I can show you what. Well, I don't know if it's. Look here.
I might as well learn something while I'm on here.
Actually, I don't even think I've got any of my Bud cars
no,
near
these
me.
are all modern stuff.
Yeah, let me know if you're showing something.
But,
'cause I can't see it unless I walk over there.
yeah, I don't have anything that that I could show you that would be anywhere close to what steam area is. But yeah, it's like
I think
yeah,
closest I've
the
got
the
is 30
steam
or
and
30s or
transition air
40s.
cars are a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess because I guess you couldn't pull the size if the power wasn't there.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
that,
you
Look
could
at my
you could
trailer.
well you could run a shorter train but still have the same amount of weight.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually there's a YouTube video out right now of a steam locomotive that was rebuilt, the big boy,
Mhm.
actually going down the line, and there was a train that the diesel locomotive had stalled, and it shows it actually pulled up behind the steam locomotive.
Mhm.
It's
No, the big
showing
boy
the steam.
pushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
pushed
big
it
boy
up
was
the hill.
pushed it up the hill.
Yeah, pushing it up a grade. And
That's
they're
pretty
like,
cool.
yeah, they're like, oh yeah, 60 years later, it's still got the power to do what it did originally
Yeah.
for its namesake. And it was like, actually,
But by the same token though, whatever was left still operating on the head end had to be running as well because you can't just have all your horsepower sitting on the rear of the train.
oh yeah.
So
Well, I don't think the head engine had any power. I don't think any of the consist was
well,
even powered at that point.
yeah.
It had
Did
gotten
it have
stuck.
just one motor on that train, or did it have more than one?
I don't know. I don't remember if it was a consist or if it was a single, but it was
Yeah,
it's out on YouTube somewhere. I'd have to look again.
I saw the video. Yeah,
Yeah.
but when I was seeing that, and everybody was saying, "Well, the power stalled up front," and I said, "To operate a train safely, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't have all your horsepower sitting on the rear of a train."
Yeah. Where is that?
Thank you, AI Hive Mind. I think he's coming through
Let me through mine. Yep, that's
yours
in
or
mine.
Carl's, because
It's
Carl's is still because Carl's is still probably active
Yeah.
unless he stopped it.
Hey,
I
hi,
do
Mike.
not see my box of rail
Yeah,
cars
we
now.
through the interwebs. Yeah,
Yes, through the interwebs. Yeah, welcome to the channel,
Well,
bud.
yeah, we appreciate it. We do.
Molly,
We're
hi,
part of
Molly.
a crew that does a little bit of everything. Although
Yep.
a lot of you earlier, I think 4 out of 5 of us were doing Warhammer at
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I'm doing Hot Wheels right now, but I build all kinds of stuff. I think
Oh,
most of
there
us
it
have a
is.
variety of stuff that we do.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
Warhammer.
Yeah, that's what I
Scott was doing.
Yeah, Scott was doing Warhammer. Lindsay was doing Warhammer. Sprue and Glue was doing Warhammer.
Yeah.
I was doing Warhammer-ish because I was running I was
Warhammer
doing the
adjacent.
Imperial. Well, yeah, I was doing the Imperialis. Actually,
And I took a break from my Sylvaneth army because I was
Yeah.
doing the metal ship I was supposed to be working on last night. But at the
there you
moment,
go,
I'm
Scott or
streaming from work.
Dream.
Yeah.
There's one of the. That's a transition error passenger car.
Okay.
That's what they call a Bud's coach.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, 78 foot heavyweight single window coach from Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, which is kind of the road name I was going for, which is now defunct. They're a fallen flag that fell under Chicago Northwestern with they're now Union Pacific.
Mhm.
So, but I grew up on that rail line in Elmhurst, Illinois, and actually the passenger cars were Chicago Northwestern. They're now Metra, which I think is part of Amtrak. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I used to have a bunk bed. My head, I used to have HO set on my top bunk, but I never actually learned the trains. I just pretty much I liked doing the scenery. Imagine
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I had
Oh,
trains
yeah.
and stuff, but yeah, I never learned all the different trains and all that kind of stuff.
I really didn't either. I think the first HO train I ever had was a Tyco, and it was the Santa Fe, what they call the war bonnet, had the red stripe on the front of it.
Yeah.
And it was just a little simple DC oval. And I don't know whatever happened to that locomotive. I lost it ages ago, and I got into N scale with Kato or Kato, however you want to pronounce it, and started running those trains. And when I had my first daughter, I ended up taking all of it down, saving 2 of my locomotives, because I promised the guy at the store that I bought it from I would never sell or get rid of that model because it was an old Mini Trix that they no longer make anymore.
Okay.
And
Like a
it
collector
actually
piece.
had it become a collector piece, but the motor blew up in it and the chassis was cracked, so I ended up having to throw it out, unfortunately.
They run electric, don't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a DC electric, but the chassis had broken, so there was no fixing it at that point because I could put a new motor in it, or rewire it, but with the chassis broken, there was no point. So I ended up getting rid of it. But I'd gotten back into trains, and I started deciding I was going to build a gaming board, and I decided, well, let me throw the train on while I did the gaming board in terrain. So I kind of fell into the train community that way, and
All
kind
right.
of on and off playing around with everyone, and met everyone through that, and actually had a great time because they were looking at my layout the way I'd done it, and they're like, wow, will the train actually make that transition? And I'm like, yeah, it actually does. Surprisingly enough, it was actually a steeper grade than what should have been.
But see, that's the thing where no one telling anybody you can't, you figured it out.
Right. Well, the thing was, I had normally they do a 4% grade. That one was actually almost a 10 or 12% grade. And then when I finally broke down and bought the correct risers, I was getting 4% risers, which would end up covering about 4 feet to raise it up 2 inches. And actually, the train ran up it great, and I kept the layout like that. And I think Randall, if you remember the original layout that I did, the off the Woodland Scenics N scale scenic route, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing again.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that layout and then redo my crossovers where they it actually comes out the side like I had for the expansion that I did when I was still inside the house. I think I'm going to do that original layout a little bit shorter now because it's, or no, actually no, it's the same length. It's 6 foot by 44 inches instead of 48, but I don't think it's going to affect that radius any on it. I just got to get the parts together to do it, and I think I'm gonna take the XPF foam I've got on there right now off and redo it.
Yeah, I wish I could do stuff in my layout, but I really can't at the present time. So
Yeah. Tell you whose layout I'd like to see. He keeps talking about having a layout, but I've yet to see it. Was Container Man.
yeah,
But I haven't seen anything. Actually, I haven't seen anything even video wise from him lately. I don't even know how he's doing. Might call.
he's been in the chats on some of the live streams.
Oh, okay. See, unfortunately, half the time when I think about the train community streams, I forget to even, forget who's running what day, and I end up, by the time I catch them, it's hour after they're done. Like Tom, I mean, I enjoyed watching Tom all the time, and about the time I remember he's on, he starts at 7:00 or whatever, or 8:00, and I'm usually not even I forget that they're running later than they were, because it used to be everyone would go on at 7:00 Eastern time, and then they all started going off at 8:00, and then next thing I know, they're I'm missing the streams half the time. So it's been kind of hard to hit everybody. And then finding out that, I hadn't seen Steve Childers lately, and I just found out from somebody that they said he moved.
Yep, he's living in Oklahoma City now.
Yep.
Yeah, he just spent like 3.5 years on his layout.
Yeah, it was actually just at the finishing stages, if I remember correctly. He had just gotten to the final stages of having everything built that he wanted to put on the layout. I was like, oh, man. Of course, I saw Ron, Wicked, or Real Wicked Canadian, RWC Toyman, was redoing his layout, because he had originally got rid of his layout, was selling it because he was going through a divorce. And I thought he was talking about having to move, and then something came up where he ended up not moving and ended up back in the house, and was redoing his layout now, and he's doing it modular. So it's a little bit easier to move around in that, I guess. But I was like, oh, that's cool. But I hadn't really paid it much attention.
Yeah, I saw he was live the other night. I stopped in and said hi. And
yeah, he was live. He went live today, I think. At one point, I think I'd seen that he was up. There's my printing handle. Oh, great. I forgot I actually had a magnet tied to the end of this. And glued a magnet on the end of it to spray paint some heads and work on painting a head. Because I actually magnetized the heads up on one of my models, because it comes with like 4 different head designs. And I wasn't sure which one I wanted to do.
All of them.
Basically, that's what I did. As I went in and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do all of them then. But it's one of the Primarks from 40K that I ended up doing.
That's one of the bigger ones, isn't it?
Yeah, bigger-ish. Not as big as some of them they have, but it's one of the bigger ones that's not a demon. Which one of them I've got to replace. One of my demons. Actually, I'm probably going to replace two of them. Two of my other Primarchs I'm going to get replacements for because I don't like the way the paint job came out. One of them I dropped and shattered.
Oops.
Yeah, that was that one I had I had it all the way painted and was just about to start putting some added pieces that I'd painted separate onto it. And I had it on the shelf, and the shelf above it fell and landed on it and broke a wing off.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you kit bash that one a little bit?
No. I don't think I kit bashed Angron. Did I kit bash Angron? He's still over here, I think. Somewhere.
Have a good night, Carl. Happy New Year.
All right, Carl. Have a good New Year.
Yep, you too, Carl.
Actually,
Have a good
even
night.
see him now. I don't know what I did with him. I thought he was
Yeah.
on the shelf with the rest
My
of
wife
the
almost
stuff.
made fell out of his chair. I turned around and go ahead.
I was going to say, Carl, you realize you're going to have a live stream that goes on until we end.
Well, it still counts as viewers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Sprue this morning. I was outside working on my car. I had my stream. I had my thing running, trying to give him a viewer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what I do. You know, if I was still at home, like I said, I would have. At the moment, I'd have 4 channels up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was like saying, my wife's trying to give me.
And I have
I
5.
turned around, and she had $85 on her Switch on the shopping store. I'm like, whoa, wait now. I was like, what you doing? She's like, what? buying games because she almost beat this one, so she has to get a new one.
Ah.
Expansion packs and whatever. I don't care. So that's what she likes to do. You don't buy nothing else. So that's what she likes to do. Have at it.
Oh, Corey,
Yeah.
I absolutely love Paint Rack.
That's awesome, isn't it? Did you spend the $5 to get the?
Yes, I did.
It's
And
worth it.
for some reason I had a $2 coupon in my account.
Sweet.
So I got it for $3.
I bought mine through Google Pay because I do the little surveys and stuff, and it cost me nothing because I've got like $50 in Google Pay survey money, so I get it for apps and stuff. And it's like, oh, $5. Okay, when you use Google Pay, heck yes, I do. Boop, or Google credits or whatever the heck it is. Yeah, it was free. Boop.
And I was just like, I told him, I said, yeah, it kind of showed me just how bad my paint addiction is.
Isn't it nice? Like you can scan all your barcodes though.
It took me 2.5 hours to scan my paint in.
That's when I was spending half an hour.
It said I scanned 900 paints.
Holy crap! I have like 45 or something like that.
I have maybe 5.
Oh, yeah, just what I have in like air paint and my Citadel paints. I've got what I say like 179 just in dropper bottles.
Oh, you had 140.
Yeah, that's not even including what I have in that are still in the pots that are dry, some technicals, and some shades and washes. And then I've got a mega set somewhere in the back. Oh, I see the box now of my Army Painter paints.
Well, I have that set.
How do you like Army Painter?
I haven't used it yet.
Because some people swear by it, but I just struggle with it. It's so dang thick.
I find them a little more it takes a few more coats, in my opinion, to get.
The thing is, if you get them mixed properly, the tiny pigment, they're a good paint. I can just never get them mixed well enough. That was my issue.
I quote unquote grew up. I started with Vallejo paints.
Yeah.
And because that's what my local hobby shops carried.
Yeah.
Were the Vallejos. So I have the entire game color line.
Yeah, and it's whatever you're used to.
Yeah.
And then I've got, like I said, I have the entire army painter, both regular, the war paint, the original war paints, and the air paints, plus the metallics and speed paints. Got the game color line, the effects, and washes, the inks. Then I probably have about 100 model colors. Yeah, I've got a serious paint addiction.
Yeah, I was originally using Citadel paints. Then when the Games Workshop that used to be at the mall closed, the one store that I went to start gaming at only had Vallejo stuff, so I was using that. And then I found a new Games Workshop place and went back to the GW paints just because I'd gotten so used to them. But they changed the pots around and the paint around a couple of times to where I just didn't like the consistency at the time. And then I discovered dropper bottles and was like, oh, I could put it in dropper bottles. Oh, even better.
Yep. Dropper bottles changed the world because I've got some just for my Citadel paints because I hate their pots.
Yeah. Well, it's like me. I mean, I ended up, everything I've got Citadel paint with the exception of my washes and most of my technical paints. I've got a lot of my technical paints in contrasts in dropper bottle. Just because I found it easier to work with that way.
Yeah, I know. I was teasing Sprue the one day because he's painting right out of the pot. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, it's his paint. He can do whatever he wants with it.
Well, I use a wet palette for the most part, but I was also using some dry paints, and one of them had. I was using it on my first set of trees that I did.
Yeah.
And when I didn't realize that when I put it away, the lid had caught on that bumper piece.
Yeah.
So when I went and pulled it out for my last set of trees, I had a gummy bear. My dry paint, which is already pretty thick to begin with, was a gummy bear. And it's like, there is no salvaging this.
No.
At all. But, yeah, I've got stuff to put my Citadels, which I think I counted 80 some now. When I said I wasn't going to buy Citadel paints. Yeah.
I love their washes. I guess I don't have a problem with their paint. I just don't like the containers. And I figure by the time I buy a paint and then buy a second pot, I'm like, I might as well just use a different paint, cost wise.
Well, see, that's why I liked. Amazon has like 50 dropper bottles for like $8 or whatever. Yeah, $12. So, and I was buying 2 pots of the paint anyhow to go in those dropper bottles. So I was just like, yeah, okay. But I've tried some of the paint I have is specific for Space Wolves and that, and then some of it I bought just for because I had some commission work that I was doing for a buddy of mine, and so I got some of the greens and stuff like that, and I was just like, keeping it to the armies that are relevant to me is what I've pretty much saved. Just because of the fact that it was easier. It's stuff that I'm going to use anyhow, so I didn't mind buying it. But I think this next year I'm going to start doing more stuff and possibly looking at doing, commission and selling what I build.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, I mean, go for it because it's a nice little bit extra income.
Oh yeah. And I was just talking with my wife. She's actually doing web developing with websites and that, and actually had a couple commissions in that where she's had people use her to do their websites and that.
Yeah.
She actually had one of the writers that she was a demo reader for, actually asked her to work on the website for, and so my wife did that, and then she ended up plugging it in one of her videos that she did about the new book coming out and everything. And actually on the website put my wife's name that she had done this. And we've had some of the people from Renaissance Festival also ask about it, about doing some reworking of their websites and seeing where some of their web store and that wasn't working truly properly, and they wanted to go in and fix links in that. And so my wife was fixing their links and redoing things for them. Well, I don't have dry dip going on, but boy, it's not spraying out. Yeah, it is.
It's trying.
I just had to blow it out a little bit.
Gotta give her the beans.
Yeah.
I need a little thing that dings when people write in my chat. That way, if I need to go look. There's people writing here, and I keep forgetting.
Well, I haven't seen too much.
No, I just looked over and saw a
Yeah.
bunch of chat. I thought there was new ones. It's like, no, it's the same ones. I was just like, man, did I miss something?
Eh. Well, I think pretty much most of the UK crew has probably gone to bed.
Yeah. And
US
most
crew is
people aren't hanging out
probably,
on
US
partying.
are out, doing their parties and stuff.
Yeah, because this is probably isn't the popular place to be on New Year's.
Yeah, I still like when I originally saw the thing for the Harder and Steenbeck. I was actually originally going to order the Ultra 2024 that they just came out with, and then I saw the Evolution that they did, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that," I ended up commenting, and the guy Warwick from Harder and Steenbeck comments back on my comment. It's like, it's like I'm at a toss up between which two I want, whether I want the Evolution or if I want the other one. And he's like, well, what can you afford? Look at it like that. And I'm sitting there going, they're both under $200. I can afford both of them if I really want. I was like, they're under $300. So I ended up getting the Evolution. They had a special edition Squigmar that they brought out, and I actually got the limited edition black anodized one that's supposed to be coming in, and I'm like, yay! Hopefully that'll show up in the next little bit because I've got stuff that I want to do fine lining to, and I can't do fine lining with the one I'm using right now, the Iowata. It's just got too wide a spray pattern for me. So this I'll use for my basing, and I'll use that one for my fine lines and that on my miniatures and that.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the little one has finally given it up.
Yay!
Success.
But some nights it's like, when he has these episodes, it's frustrating because you're not sure what he needs.
Yeah, and it's hard. I mean, it's
It's like I don't know what to do. So you get frustrated, and he's frustrated, and it's just.
he's like, yeah, and you're just like, I don't know what that means.
And I mean, for the most part, he's an absolute joy. But every now and again,
I mean, kids like that though. I mean, they all have their days.
Well, William has actually met him when he was. We had him at the Renaissance Festival.
Okay.
And watching him light up and just.
God, yeah.
The different costumes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Michael also has this very contagious belly laugh.
Yes, he does.
That when he gets going, you just can't help but smile at him. And then when I walk in the door and say hi to him, and he actually locks eyes with me, and he's got these gorgeous blue eyes, and smiles. It's like the best feeling in the world.
Oh, my favorite is hearing him. He's got a Toby.
It's an eye gaze tablet.
Yes, eye gaze tablet. And every once in a while, I'll be on with Connie in the afternoon, and all of a sudden I hear this, Connie, I love you, Connie. And it just, I die laughing as soon as I hear it, because I know it's not like it's on a normal page for him. He has
to choose it.
Yeah, he has to actually go choose that listing.
Right.
And it's just so much fun to hear it.
Does it sound like Stephen Hawking? Because that'd be really cool.
It's more of a kid's voice.
Yeah. But it's still, still a definite mechanical voice. And Michael hasn't learned. He can do certain things that are programmed in. Like he can tell us, to change the movie. He's still learning how to do it. I mean, he knows how to work the tablet. How to choose, and he's flipping through stuff left and right. But as far as making the deliberate choices, like we're now homeschooling him because the local school was doing homebound school, but then they got real inconsiderate about pushing him to go to, to attend school.
Because they get more money if you're in class.
Yeah. But we're talking about them, and they did not want to have his day nurse attend with him.
Yeah,
we have a nonverbal, paraplegic with a feeding tube.
Yeah.
And you're going to put him in a classroom with other exceptional children, mostly with autism. And they say, oh, well, we have a day nurse, or we have a nurse on staff. She's not there all the time.
That's not the same.
Are they my biggest question?
The same thing.
No, And they said, well, you can have the doctor give orders so that we can give him his medications. And it's like, what happens if that G tube becomes blocked? Or what happens if it becomes dislodged and you now have an open fistula in his stomach? Is anybody here qualified to replace it?
I'm gonna say no.
I wasn't in on any of those meetings. They always happened during the day shift.
But it still sounds like
But
they were, like I said, they just get more money if the kids are in school.
yeah,
And that's what they
yeah,
want.
and
They
that's
want
what they
money.
were doing. They didn't have any care for and he was only had school twice a week for 30 minutes.
What? There's no point in driving a kid to school for that.
Well, they wanted him to go to school for 6 hours a day, but they didn't want, and he is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And so the biggest thing is not wanting his day nurse there.
Yeah, that's silly.
And that was kind of suspicious on our part.
And that's weird because I said, like, I know my kids, they have because my one is high functioning autistic, and he has like a teacher's aide that it's like an extra person that follows him around and helps him all day long. I don't know what the difference is.
My previous patient, he had a school aide with him all the time. Now he didn't have the brain injury. He had muscular dystrophy.
Yeah.
So, he would have a hard time, using the restroom. When he would bend down to pull his pants up, he would fall over.
Yeah, that sounds like zero fun, but yeah.
And the schools, for at that time, and this would have been like 35 years ago. The school's idea of a solution for that was have him run around on a potty chair all day.
I swear.
Yeah.
And the mother, who was 100% for her child, and was a legal secretary.
Yeah. Yeah,
So she knew.
At least she was being an advocate for her child, because that's
she was fully advocating for him.
Yeah,
and she at one point the school was hesitant to put in a covered walkway, making the wheelchair have to run out through the drive and down to the next building. And she says, you will either do this $10,000 fix, or we will go through and make you fully ADA compliant.
They like to spend money, right? Schools love spending money.
Oh yeah, the
and
school
needless
board
to
would
say,
love
everybody
that
used that walkway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's just, like I said, the mentality of some
Some able-bodied people do
educators.
not understand. Yeah, they just don't get it.
Yeah, or some just don't choose to. And actually my wife is an advocate, patient advocate now for North and South Carolina for the one of the medical conditions my kids have. And she was actually called out by one of the leading researchers in the United States because of all the research my wife had done and everything she had read on it, to where the doctor's like, I'm doing the research. You're putting it in the doctor's hands in your area. Thank you. We're doing these seminars. So if you would, I will email you the link and you can come in for free to learn everything that I'm showing these people, and take notes and take them to the doctors around your area, even possible, patients that are in your area. And she actually went through, and there's a couple of the nursing staff at the children's hospital by us that my son was in there for some stuff, and they got to talking about things, and the lady's like, "Oh, that may be what's going on with me." And she started looking at it, and they started talking about hypermobility, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, yes, I have this, but it's never been diagnosed." And she's like, "They don't even teach it in school. It's still considered a rare disease, but or a rare condition, but it's not as rare as they think it is, or as they want to make it out to believe. They
Yeah.
keep misdiagnosing stuff."
Well, I had, my mom had spinal surgery. She had a version of a fusion several years ago and has since developed some other complications. And as she's describing them to me, I said, Mom, next time you're at your doctor, ask about hypermobility. And I explained to her what little bit I knew about it from, talking to you and talking to Judy.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, how did you hear about this? When my mom talked to him. And unfortunately in her condition, it was actual nerve damage, but it's what she had. So, and it's like, yeah, my daughter told me, who's a nurse, but I'm also a little collector of information, wanders around the back of my head until I make the connections between point A and point B.
It's always fun playing Jeopardy with people like that. This random.
Oh yeah.
It's always fun playing Jeopardy with people like that. I drive my wife
Yeah.
crazy with the random crap, and I'm like, "How do you know that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I learned it somewhere."
I read it somewhere, I heard it somewhere, or saw it on a video.
Yeah.
I watch lots of History Channel. I know lots of things.
Yeah. Oh, I did that to my dad one time watching Jeopardy. It was always a great joke between us because, it was see, where was the birthplace of basically modern day religion and civilization? And I was like, "Oh, the Fertile Crescent." And my dad's like, "Where?" I was like, "It's an area in the Middle East called the Fertile Crescent because the area looks like a crescent moon."
Mm-hmm.
And nobody on Jeopardy got it. And there was like one of the guys was like a PhD doctorate and crap, didn't even get it. And when the guy said the answer, my dad just looked at me and was like, "What?" It's like, "Where did you find out about that?" And I was like, I don't know. I heard it somewhere or read it, but it's like I remember world history. I was terrible in world history until we actually got into talking about the myths and legends from everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I aced every test. My teacher's like, "Wait a minute, you're failing my class until we get to this section. What the heck?" I looked at her. I was like, "Oh, did I not mention I'm an avid D&D player? So yeah, the deities and demigods from these eras, yeah, I know them like the back of my hand."
A lot of it's just you have to find something you're interested in because there's
Yeah.
so much variety in history. You just got to find the part you like.
Well, and if you watch Jeopardy enough, you can learn a whole lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was guaranteed to be on the house at my dad's place when he was still alive. Jeopardy was nobody talked during Jeopardy, and we all tried to guess the answers, and we would just blurt them out.
Yeah.
If we knew the answer, we would blurt it out, and even my son got in on it one time when he was younger. My youngest son actually blurted out an answer, and I was like, "Yep, he's right." My dad's like, "There's no way he knows that." And I was like, "You probably heard it from me or read it somewhere in something he was reading." And turns out the answer was right. And my dad just was flabbergasted by it. And I was like, I don't know why, but then again, my dad was a boomer, so.
Yeah, they don't a lot of the boomers don't understand that how the knowledge travels for younger people.
Yeah.
We have the entire world at their fingertips. I mean, they can learn anything they want with a couple of clicks.
Oh yeah.
Most people don't.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Yeah, my dad was not tech savvy. I mean, if you remember the old Nextel radios,
Yeah.
direct connect radio, my my dad's work actually used those, and he would use it like a giant cell phone. He had everyone's direct connect number in it, but half the guys wouldn't answer the telephone. But they didn't have a choice but to answer the radio. And my dad would call, and it's like, oh, he's not available. He's not answering his phone. I was like, Dad, give me your Nextel. And I ended up pulling up the guy's name, and I put it on a hot button for him. And I was like, here, his number's now hot button. I was like, Yank, it's Billy Boy. Pick up the phone, dummy.
Yeah, because we used to have
he's-
those because my company didn't want to pay for cell phones when the cell phones were a new thing. Yeah, we had those
Yeah.
little two ways. You know what I mean? It's basically a two-way radio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, and my first husband, who passed away, they used him in the cable
Yeah.
because
see, I
it
used
was
him in
so much
construction.
easier if you've got two guys on telephone poles in buckets. They're not running up and down the bucket to talk on the ladder or the radio.
Yeah.
So they just two-way them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm a commercial electrician, so yeah, we used it all the time, talking between floors when we're pulling wire and stuff. You're pulling, a couple 100 feet of wire that's the size of a quarter, and so it made it easier for us to communicate back and forth between us. And it's just, or even we also had regular walkie-talkies that we would talk to the tower cranes with. They're sometimes they're like 150 feet in the air. But, so hand signals sometimes might work, but every once in a while, you got to resort to a radio because you're not in line of sight. And rather than have like 6 guys trying to communicate hand signals to each
throwing
other,
gang signs. Yeah.
yeah, throwing gang signs around a job site.
Yeah, you're a D&D player. We always tease about the thieves' cants, basically gang signs.
Oh yeah.
No one else understands what you're doing, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
We always had fun with that. Guys not paying attention or whatever. I had one crane operator that I knew for years. He actually dropped a porta-john one time on a building because of the guy giving him hand signals. Was telling him to boom in, and he didn't have it quite at the floor yet, and he caught the floor underneath and dropped the porta-john onto the main road in downtown Charlotte. Thankfully, it was an empty one, but still, hazmat had to come out and clean up the blue sludge off the road.
Yep, because they're there just in case.
Yep. And that job site had a slew of things happen at it. I mean, we had that get dropped one day. One other time we had an 18-wheeler go to pull off after they had picked up some building steel, and the guy that put it on the hook didn't cinch it down correctly on the choker, and when the guy went to lift it, it shifted and fell from about 50 feet in the air, went through the bed of the pickup or the bed of the 18-wheeler, and impaled about 10 feet into the ground. The 18-wheeler driver couldn't figure out why he couldn't pull off until he looked up in his mirror and saw the I-beam sticking out of the back of his truck. It was about 8 feet in the road. So that was a fun one to watch them try and figure out. Of course, that's a job site I'll never forget where I was at and what time it was, because I was on that job site when September 11th happened.
Yep.
And I will always remember the one guy coming up to me, asking me if I heard on the radio about a plane hitting the World Trade Center. I looked up, I was like, nah, it must have been a Cessna, Piper, a little small plane. Happens to Sears Tower in Chicago all the time. They get buzzed. No big deal. Didn't think anything of it. Well, about 5 minutes later, he comes back and says, no, it's a 767 Airbus. And I'm going, I just took one of those transatlantic from Paris, France to LaGuardia, New York. I was like, that's not a small mishap. And it wasn't until later that night when I got home that I found out the true extent of what had happened. And it was about another month. Actually, it was like probably 3 or 4 weeks later that I found out I actually lost 8 close firefighter friends and a couple of Port Authority officers that day. And I was just like, so I actually have a button that I was trading to a chaplain of the New York Fire Department who actually was a block away when everything went down. And he was actually the first fire truck on scene and one of the only units that did not make it out. He was actually still in building 1 when it came down. And there was a documentary done at one point of that, and you can find it every once in a blue moon. I'll run across that video of them talking to building security in the lobby of Tower 1. And the cameraman actually had his camera shut off by the chaplain at one point. Well, they had some things going on around them, and the chaplain was like, no, we don't need this. We don't need to film this. We need to stop now. We'll pick it up in a minute. And yeah, I can talk about it now, but it's
It's still
sometimes it's
raw.
hard. Yeah.
I mean, some certain memories never go away.
Yeah.
They scar over a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But they're all part of what makes us who we are.
Yeah.
Although some lessons, it's like, couldn't I have learned this in a better way? Not quite so traumatic. And then
Why
there's
do I
some
feel like
people
I'm
who
hearing
never
the
learn
Mexican hat dance right now?
That's my wife's some funny game. It has little music in the background.
Yeah, I heard the music. But I was like,
out there and try and look out the window and see who it is, but they think they got a fast ride out there.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden I heard this did and
Yeah.
my brain just went doo.
Yeah, it's a Nintendo game, so it's got a lot of cartoony
God,
audio.
yeah.
Whoa, but this is officially our longest stream.
Yep.
15 minutes and it'll be 10 hours.
Yeah.
10 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crikey.
9 hours, 46 minutes, and 30 seconds as it's coming up now.
Yeah. We
Man, I should have
started.
jumped on earlier. I could have been streaming it. I had my thing running all day. I might not have been on it, but I would have a super long stream on my channel.
Well,
Kyle's gonna have a
you are welcome to. We start most Sundays around noon Eastern
All right.
time.
I might have to just throw my thing on here now. So depending on what I'm doing, I'll
And
lurk and just have cool stuff sitting on my bench. Kick me out if you need room.
well, what? No, well, or you can do like Carl did. Because see, once you're streaming, if you go to his channel, he is still streaming, even though he's no longer here.
Yeah, that's one thing. Because depending, because I'd pop in and out. Because usually on the weekends we do stuff, but being a holiday, we're not doing nothing right now.
Yeah.
I got tomorrow. So I usually try and help the wife catch up on the house and stuff, especially with her broken foot. On weekends, I'll help clean and stuff like that. Because I'm home to make a mess. So, the least I could do is clean up my mess.
Nah.
Oh, fortunately,
I would
I
like to
got
stay
most of
married.
mine done throughout the week.
That's why I got relegated to a shed.
Yeah, we're in our game room. We have it used to be an attached garage. They got converted into a game room.
Creature curse in the chat. Hello.
Hey, creature.
Hey, creature.
Oh,
He's actually one of the people that comes through from mine originally.
yeah. I can't
That's been
tell. Let me
ages.
see.
I don't even know.
Let me see here. I'll pull YouTube up real quick. Like I said, I've got y'all on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even pull it up tonight like I normally do. I didn't pull up my chat or anything because pretty much everyone was over playing on your channel, so I didn't see any reason to pull it up.
Scroll down, see if I can find yours.
Oh. Yeah, I got some tip dry going on. There's my paper towel.
Yep, creature's on yours.
Oh, okay. Hey, go for it. He's back.
Go for it. She says 3:50 a.m. No, we're just coming up on 9:50 p.m. our time. But Happy New Year.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of figured we'd get a long one going today, particularly since Fenris didn't have to work tomorrow.
Yep.
Work? What's that?
That's a 4-letter word that allows us to earn the money to pay for our hobbies.
I know. I got to do that Tuesday.
Yes, I'm going back to work on Tuesday, and
Well, I'm doing it now, so.
Yeah, I probably should head up to the house and take the trash out and run it up to the road because they're supposedly picking up trash tomorrow. Bless you.
I hate it when they come up that quick.
Sneaking up on you.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of hoping they call me on trips again. It's been a slow week. Christmas
Yeah.
and New Year's.
Yeah, I was on call for most of last week because it didn't happen. There were not actually service hospital equipment and just not enough people calling. And like all the schools are closed, so I don't have none of that. So.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a commercial electrician, and we're on the final of our job site, waiting for the next one to start up. Supposedly supposed to start up on the 14th of January, but I don't know if it will or not. I hadn't heard anything yet about contract or anything like that going out. I don't even know if we've, and I don't even know if we're going to be doing days or we're going to be doing nights. Because I haven't even figured out how we're going in on it yet. But I probably should jump off here in a minute because I think my wife should be home. Well, my wife should be home by now.
Oh man,
I hadn't heard the phone.
It was really busy up until a few months ago, and then BNSO decided to put all the crews on trains and deadhead them because they didn't want to pay for the vans.
Got a couple of new messages in the chat.
And go for it, saying Happy New Year
Yep.
and Happy New Year again. Actually, he's channel hopping.
Yeah.
Saying
Oh,
hi
is
to
that what it
everybody.
is?
Yep, yeah, he's in mine right
he's
now.
going he's going. Yeah, I can tell. 'Cause there's the
But
little
that's how
links. It would have been you or Tur.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
It's a good
I
thing.
appreciate it because people are jumping through getting if they're liking as they go. So heck yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everybody in
Yeah.
the stream. Because I came in on Carl's, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's cool. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't be too loud over at Carl, though. He's sleeping.
sorry, Carl.
Actually, Carl's probably shut his computer down. Just didn't realize.
Yeah,
he
but
had
it's
turned it
still
off.
running.
Yeah.
No, he probably left it
Yeah,
up
he
because if he's restreaming, it's
Well, it's
still
going to
gets
his
views.
channel even if he's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It still gets some views.
Yeah.
So I mean, you might as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. If I can jump in on noon and just pop in and out as I have time, heck yeah. You can always use more content, especially when I'm lazy and don't make any.
Yeah. That's all my content now has been all live streams this year. Just because I haven't bothered sitting down and actually turning the camera on when I've been working in the shed doing stuff because I just hadn't really thought about it. I was thinking about starting to do voiceovers and that. Go ahead and just shoot video, just sit there hanging out with the camera
Yeah.
running, and then as I do it, do a voiceover later when I actually sit down with it and watch the video that I filmed, messing around with stuff, and then going back in and editing it down to a video of whatever I'm doing.
That's what I was doing because I ended up with like 4 hours of video I had to edit though. So that's the only drawback to that because you have to go through so much content before you get to the stuff you actually want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like if you walk away from the computer, you just leave your camera on, and that's one of those things where because that's where a lot of times I'll forget to turn my camera back on. You know what I mean? Because I'll walk away. So I just got to the point where I just leave my camera running.
Okay, guys. I think my headset is about to die.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
call it a night anyhow.
I would
You guys have a
dearly
good
love to
New Year's, man.
stay. But yes, have a safe and a happy New Year, and thank you everybody for hanging with us.
Yep.
It's been fun. I would
Hey,
stay,
guys.
except my headset's going dead.
Yeah, and I think I need to head up to the house anyhow because it's getting to that point that I need to start getting stuff done in the house.
Yep.
So
Like I said, we've played for
seeing
10
y'all
hours.
again.
It's been good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks to Scott and Corey
Yep.
and Randall and all those who joined us today.
Oh yeah.
And
Appreciate
like
you
I
guys letting
said,
me come on and bug you guys for a
We-
while. I didn't say a whole lot, but
hey,
No,
Get
that's
to hang
all
out and
right.
have fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
like I said, Corey, we and Scott, we normally go, like I said, 12 p on Sundays, Eastern
Okay.
time.
Yep.
And y'all are very welcome to join us. And if
All
I
right.
find you on Facebook,
I'm on there. I'm on Sprues.
okay,
Find me
well,
through
we'll
there.
try and connect through that way, because
And then I've
it's
got
an
I was
easy
also
way
on
to
Facebook.
send the chat, or I can send you the links as soon
Yeah,
as I
I've got
start them.
Dream Big Build Small page that I do my stuff through.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yep.
In fact,
But again, well, like I said, my headset's dying, so
All right.
good night,
Yeah.
I'll let you
everybody.
go. Have a good night.
All right. See you
All
guys.
right.
Have a good night. Happy
Bye.
New Year.
oh, say, mate,
All
have a
right.
good
See
one.
you.
Bye.
See you guys.